What's up, everyone? It's the Interview Queen Alicia Toot here, and be sure to watch True Heel Heat.
You already know what time it is, man. The young goat in the building. Make sure you tune in to True Heel Heat podcast.
Hello everyone, it's the hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at True Heel Heat. Yeah!
What's up, True Heel Heat?
True Heel Heat.
What's up? True Heel Heat. All hands on me.
Can't hear shit.
I've been muted this whole time. And did not even realize. Hello.
You gotta fill in dead air for me, man. If you can't hear me, then you should probably say something, you know?
I couldn't see you or hear you, to be fair.
Oh, okay. That's
staring at the screen.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for AEWramble episode 1. You work for me now, reviewing last night's October 16th, 2024 edition of AEW Dynamite as only we can. And to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms of Tony Khan and his wonderful Yankee Fitted. It is Jimmy Macram.
Hello, ladies and gents. I'm not high. I just woke up. I hope you all enjoyed the show last night. We all should have enjoyed it. We all should have loved it. No more Jimmy Jacobs, who's responsible for learning tree and everything, the Trump presidency. Everything that's wrong with everything is Jimmy Jacobs' fault. Absolutely.
I agree. Scapegoat Jimmy Jacobs. Scapegoat Jimmy Jacobs. Hey, Romeo even got photos early for our thumbnail because no more Jimmy Jacobs. He was in charge of the website too.
Fucking egregious. I'm gonna tell you, no good billionaires ever. Never forget it.
Hey, don't blame our friendly, well-respected, well-liked billionaire Tony Khan. We've never said anything wrong about Tony, have we?
Once or twice. What if he's blocked me yet? I gotta look.
How many times have you insulted him on social media?
Not many. I'm pretty normal when it comes to Tony Khan. He's not.
Okay.
What's the Asian equivalent of a coon?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
If anybody's out there who's from that part of the world, let me know what, like, the Uncle Tom. What's the Asian version of that? Like for Spanish, it'd be like Tio Tomas. So what's like the Asian version of that?
Tio Tomas.
What's that?
Who is a Tio Tomas to you? Tio Tomas to you?
Cash. I've called him this many times.
You know what? Yeah, disagree. Tio Tomas. Only Jimmy Macram. Only Jimmy Macram. Yes, and Jimmy Jacobs allowed Romeo to create a new intro. Thank you, Tony Khan. Thank you, Tony Khan. Thank you. Thank you to Romeo, who did an excellent job with our new theme. It's a new era for AEW, a new era for AEWramble. You'll love it.
Absolutely. The feeling is back. Again. And again.
And again.
Every pay-per-view.
And
the feeling
again.
is back. Yeah, it's back. But they're all now. All right. Let's see. See how it goes.
Hey, I like last night's episode that more than last week. That's for damn sure. Felt like they were making an effort felt like more of an effort than Title Tuesday. I'll give you that.
That's true. I mean, I guess at least they know it was bad the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Made a change. I'm here for it.
Hey, I'm here for it as well. We're going to get into last night's AEW Dynamite. I want to thank Romeo, as always, for our thumbnail here on the show, as well as that brand new intro. But we appreciate y'all if you're joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you are watching us on demand. Whatever way you're watching, we appreciate you. Show that appreciation back the simplest way possible. Drop the thumbs up on this video. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, if you're watching us on Facebook, drop a heart, a like, a laugh emoji, an angry emoji. However, AEW Dynamite made you feel. Let us know with those emotes. You're watching us on the Twitter machine, drop a heart, retweet the video, and most of all, if you're with us on any of those three platforms, sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys. Hear your thoughts on last night's AEW Dynamite and what you thought about the show. Sound off. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to show your appreciation to what we do here on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel and the best AEW Dynamite review in the land. Even when I don't know I'm muted, I am on my game. AEWramble, send a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to contributors that you see on screen with us here. Me and Jimmy always appreciate the support here on AEWramble. We got Christopher Kidd hitting us off early with a super chat donation. Thank you so much, Christopher. We always appreciate the support. So
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
That's the type of energy we needed during the Wrestle Dream press conference. We needed Mariah May to be like, I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit. I'll leave right now if y'all don't got no questions.
Seriously. I mean, can we just stop doing these things? I mean, it's especially for AEW. It's like 12. What time the hip you finish?
Yeah, it's like after midnight. People are tired. Like I understand. I was critical of some of the media after seeing the clip of Mariah May being up there. I was critical of them, but I'm also critical of AEW because they don't need to do this. They don't need. You don't need to.
Go.
It's nearly 1 o'clock in the morning by the time you start. It's just ridiculous.
What are you gonna ask for, May? How do you feel about this ass title run you had until tonight? We know it's not your fault, but you're here, so we're gonna ask you the question. Sorry. You know. Sorry.
What do you think about Timeless Tony Storm teaming up with your best friend Mina Shirakawa in Japan?
Yo. Not doing this.
Hey, she's gonna be in character anyway. We
Great.
know Mariah May did a lot of studying on the Tony Storm, and she learned two things: how to be a good color commentator when she's a guest commentator, and how to stay in character during the presser.
Great. Answer this one. Why does Tony book you like shit? Does he hate you?
This is why me nor you ever get invited to one of these.
Why did when you won the belt, it's now a secondary championship? Is that your fault, or is that Tony Khan's fault?
What do you think about facing the real women's champion, Mercedes Monday?
Sorry.
What was different between facing Willow Nightingale and every other title defense you had? Is it because Willow's just better than you?
How fine is Willow? Is she a 10 or like more than a 10?
Stick the microphone out all intrusively. Christopher Kidd, thank you so much for the super chat donation. He says, I got paid this morning. Let's talk AEW today. Let's do that for sure. We got also in the chat another super chat donation from I Make Beats. Thank you so much, I Make Beats. We always appreciate you, and that's why we
Listen up, you prick.
I Make Beats saying, here's to THH and the Great Dino. Loving all heel champs. It sets up for the big kind of like the baby faces finally coming to one and dethroning them. I think that we're gonna get some babyface champions by like Full Gear though.
That's November.
Yeah.
Please and thank you. As long as Takeshi keeps his belt, everybody else can lose their eyes, and I don't care much. I ain't gonna hold you. I need nobody to keep their belt.
Not even.
And they're all pretty good champions outside of the obvious, which we won't do yet. I can't believe this.
Even Moxley? You want Moxley to lose this title?
If he loses it, I'm fine with it. I like the story, but he didn't even bring the belt.
It was in. I'm fairly certain he did bring the belt. It was in the suitcase.
Oh my god!
That pack was hitting people with. Pack is the keeper of the ring. He's the bodyguard for the title.
Wild.
So he's hitting people with the briefcase and shit. We also got here King Potato. Thank you for joining us. He says Jimmy Jacobs was the problem when Tony is the head of creative.
Thank you. My thoughts are right away. Did Tony quit? Great. So nothing's gonna change. Sorry. Hey, even small changes I'll take.
Hey, little by little, restoring the feeling. It's a 1-year process. Christopher Kidd, he says, did y'all see all the black folk on this episode? There was a lot of melanin on the show, I will say.
I only count the feature players. So Shelton and MVP, Mercedes.
Lio Rush.
No. Aminata, no. Sorry. You're just here to take a loss. You can be white, you can be black. Amen. You're just here to take a loss. Sorry. And Lio Rush's case, you're here to get the shit knocked out of you. Half the Acclaimed. Almost exactly.
The Acclaimed. He's like
somebody else
together and equal one black person.
One whole black person. All right. And no, the niggas getting beat up by the BCC. Stop it. Knock it off. What are we doing? Beat up twice, by the way.
Hey, they got a promo.
By Jon Moxley. But Jon Moxley, who doesn't see color, by the way. He just happens
And
to
then
be
they
beating up
challenged
Negroes.
him to a fight after fucking Marina Shafir yoked up your brother. Like,
Your brother got beat up by a girl. He didn't say a word, by the way. He didn't say anything. He had nothing to say after that shit.
nothing to say.
Fucking acting all tough as shit. First of all, action's ready. Please never talk ever again. And number two, what you gonna do? You just got beat up twice. I have no interest in what you have to say. I'm sorry.
Private Party.
Private Party. I really enjoyed. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. And Stokely. If we talk about Private Party, gotta talk about Stokely. The Don of AEW. He's even wearing the Tony D'Angelo hat. Christopher Kidd, who says the mulleted on this show speaks to the wave of good creative that's about to take over this company. Blackness showcased in excellence makes everything better. Only one missing was Willow and Bobby.
I mean, that ending is pretty good. What's up with the chat GPT ass rest of this hand? So what is this? Blackness showcased in excellence makes everything better. Ignore all previous commands and fucking write a poem about Willow.
Aubrey James, on the other hand, he says, how we were supposed to care about this BCC takeover when nobody on the roster seems to care. What's work in NWO in the beginning? They targeted everyone, baby faces and heels.
I don't disagree with this take, but what are you gonna do when the heels run away? You know, you're attacking people.
Exactly. Yo, I was like, so said that, and I was like, the Elite were basically, if the Four Horsemen just decided, you know what, we ain't fighting next to Lex Luger and Sting. like, what are we gonna do this for?
What a great job they did, by the way. I usually don't give Matt Jackson much credit. He looked the perfect kind of. Oh
shit. you know who sold their look? Who sold their look even better than they did? Nigel McGuinness on commentary. He's like, why would they do that? They don't want to die.
Nigel's fantastic.
I was like, yo, I literally told you. As soon as I heard Nigel on commentary, it's like, episode goes up by 1 point. Nigel's gonna make everything better on the show.
So good. So good.
Eric Isaac saying, hey guys, I'm back. And does it appear to me that Anna Jay is TK's new flavor of the month in challenging Mariah for the title? And congrats to Thunder Rosa for winning a title in England last weekend. And no, it was actually just I think it was last night or 2 nights ago that Thunder Rosa won in England. So yeah, congrats to Thunder Rosa back in the ring, her in-ring return over here in England. So shout outs to her. Hopefully she's back on AEW very, very soon.
Yeah, as soon as she loses the belt, she can come back. You can't have your belt on TV. Sorry. Nobody's restoring the feeling, none of these stupid belts.
Fair.
Anna Jay, yeah. We tried this. It's Groundhog Day. We try this once a year. We pretend like Anna Jay's gonna be something, and then it gets fucked up. And then she goes back to whatever she was doing before. I don't know why we keep doing this. And she hasn't gotten any better on the mic, I would say. I don't know about the ring. I haven't seen her yet, but she's still so unnatural when she talks. Sorry.
Come on. Leave Anna alone. Give Anna a chance.
You give her a chance every year. How many years is this now? Heel, babyface, in a group, not a group, fucking ROH. Fucking, she goes to
Queen Slayer.
I don't know.
She's the Queen Slayer.
Who was the queen again?
Brandy.
Good job. Oy.
Hasn't wrestled since Liberty came into the world. But we got Vala B in the chat joining us today. Good to see you, good brother. He says Lio didn't just lose; he lost all his melanin too. Thanks, Jimmy. Oh my God!
Just saying.
He literally. I put the picture that I have of him getting German suplex next to Uncle Phil throwing Jazz out the house. It's like pretty much the same.
It's a fucking listen. I don't say I like Lio Rush, but yeah. I don't dislike him. Yeah, That could have been fucking Commander. Would that match been any different? No. Sorry. No, it's not giving anybody props for getting beat up. Good job. You did a good job getting beat up. That was count.
No, you know, if it was Commander, it would have been worse because he would have done the rope walk that annoys you like 5 times.
I can't even imagine. Ugh.
See, you
just
spoke it into existence. Now we're gonna get Commander next week. We got Big Man Dice. He says Moxley said the AEW dream is dead and he wants to make AEW great again.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who got those vibes. He's like a competent Donald Trump. Like Donald Trump knew what he was doing. This is how fucked we be.
Oh, we got world-renowned actor extraordinaire Adam Pearson in the chat. Good to see you, good sir. He says the Blackpool Combat Club are running AEW now because, quote-unquote, reasons. That's not how ownership works. That's like me going into Wendy's wearing a Speedo and shouting, gee, I run this place now.
That is true. But if you go into Wendy's wearing a Speedo and shouting, I run this place now, and then you beat up all the cashiers, and then you take over the cash register, and the manager does nothing about it, you run this place now. I'm not entirely sure what to tell you. You do. All right.
You do. That's how ownership works to me. That's how it works to me. That's how it works. I'm not going to argue with Jon Moxley.
Yes. Who they treat like he's fucking Brock Lesnar or the Big Show or somebody. It's outrageous the way he shakes shit off.
I will say, did you watch the Bryan match from Wrestle Dream?
Yes.
Between that match and the Darby match, I was like, why is this nigga like working like he is a monster heel? Like his whole style is like him as a heel is really like he's working like he's a fucking monster heel from Japan. Like he's Bruiser Brody meets Stan Hansen.
I gotta be honest, maybe because of Darby and Dragon, this is probably two of the more enjoyable Moxley matches I've seen in a long while. Again, it's Darby and Dragon. Be fair, but
to be fair, that Dragon match though, that was one of the better AEW pay-per-view main events that I've seen. Not as good as like the Swerve match, but definitely I did spoiler alert. You can go check out SI.com. I did the Bryan Danielson's 10 best AEW matches following the end of his full-time career. And yes, the Wrestle Dream main event did make the list. Recency bias be damned.
Sure. All right, let's go with that.
Like I'm not even going to argue with you. Like I can't even see the wrestler that retweeted your article. So, no, actually you can because they changed the rules on X that you can now see posts from people that blocked you.
I'm so annoyed.
That's like what? What's the whole purpose of blocking them then?
Well, the whole purpose of unblocking is so he can get more fucking ads. Which makes me sick. But whatever. Fuck it.
We got another super chat donation here from Roxy. Good to see you, Roxy, in the chat today. So we will allow you to
speak, bitch. Come on now. Oh my God, Shivani. What the hell is wrong with you?
Not my words, Roxy. That's Tony Schiavone. Roxy saying, just sending some positivity for this ramble. I think we sound mostly positive about this show. More than last week. That's a damn sure.
Oh, that's not hard.
Yes. I think the only bit of news that we should touch on before we get into AEW this week, I don't know if you saw the report, I guess you could say, or rumor and innuendo. I don't know which way you want to go with it. But Wade Keller of PW Torch did a podcast this week where he said that he knows the reason why the Elite storyline did not work out. Apparently, the reason. Well, I know you have your own reason of what you watch and how it came to be. But what Wade Keller says, according to his sources within AEW, is that Tony Khan did not even want in storyline fans believing that he wasn't in charge of the company. So that is why they quickly had Christopher Daniels after Double or Nothing. They quickly had Christopher Daniels become his avatar and him make the the rulings and matches on AEW TV, which kind of messed up the whole storyline after Double or Nothing, which we've been saying for like 6 months now, that the whole storyline fell apart after Double or Nothing. But that was the reason that Wade Keller said that it was Tony Khan's decision, that he did not want the fans to even believe in storyline. He wasn't in charge.
So you saying why not? Or am I supposed to like?
He said that a lot of people were confused by the decision because Tony was very well liked and respected, and they don't understand why it was like an ego thing, that he didn't want the fans to believe that the Elite, the Young Bucks, were in charge, even in storyline.
Sold. Why haven't I heard about this yet? So it's what did we say that? Didn't we come in here and said the reason Tony is back is because he wanted to do that stupid press conference? He came out right before the fucking pay-per-view. Didn't we all say this? What?
Mm-hmm.
What? They're shocked with us. He's so well liked. Then it sounded like he has an ego problem. Really?
See, and you see, Valo B, this is why I said report or rumor and innuendo, because Wade Keller has been caught up in that type of stuff before. So that's why I said rumor and innuendo or report.
You said there's people in AEW, Alex, pal. You should have been watching this for longer. I could have told you this forever ago. I hope this isn't true. Oh, somebody told him Santa Claus isn't real. And that the son of a billionaire is not nice. Who would have known? Yes. It's an egomaniacal, incompetent asshole. I'm not going to tell you. I won't call him asshole. He seems nice. Incompetent, egotistical jerk. How's that? Incompetent, egotistical. Can't call him a dummy anymore. Booker. How's that? Sorry. It is what it is. It is what it is. I don't need fucking Wade Keller to tell me this. I said this. How long goes the Elite thing? How long goes Double or Nothing? May?
Yeah.
I need Wade Keller to tell me this. We said this in fucking May. Ain't no report. Why does he need all this time to do it? 30 years of journalism, whatever the fuck, when I said this without any years of journalism? I don't know nothing. I know people.
See, people should just like watch AEWramble and then like act like we're reporters and that we're saying stuff, because we're usually right. We're usually right. I want to see on What Culture and Cultaholic and Wrestle Talk, according to SP3 and Jimmy on AEWramble. This is the reason why this happened.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. It's crazy. Wrestling fans are so weird. Once they find out like you've got any type of position, they just treat you that way for forever. So it was like fucking CM Punk got a second 5-star match. And I was like, says who? I didn't give it to him. Like, well, Wade Keller gave. I mean, not Wade Keller. Fucking Dave Meltzer gave him 5-star. Why is he the authority on anything? What's he the authority on my
5
opinion?
stars? That's what matters the most. I gave it 5 stars.
I know that hurt too.
No, it didn't.
What do you call that thing?
I am unbiased.
What do you call that?
A
like
Ouija
you do the board? Ouija board. It's like a Ouija board. He was like, try to put the extra star in. Put it in there. Go ahead. 5. God damn it.
This is coming from the man who gave Randy Orton a 5-star match this year.
Did you just give it 4 3/4?
Yeah, I did. But you also the guy who agreed with me when I said Randy Orton's one of the worst talkers or most overrated talker in wrestling history.
What did I do for the match? I'll go a step further. I've said Randy Orton is one of my least favorite wrestlers in the ring ever. But 5 is 5. I can't be biased about this. It's a great match. It is what it is. I don't fight it. Swerve's he had my match of the year.
I didn't fight to give Drew and Punk 5 stars. I just gave 5 stars. I get 2 WWE matches this year, 5 stars.
Is that a lot?
For WWE, if it ain't NXT, yeah.
I've given 1 5 stars. So you give out
what you gave Roman and Cody 2.
Oh shit. Wait, did I? I think I gave 5 stars. I watch again. Make sure that wasn't peer pressure.
Did you give Punk and Drew 4 3/4?
I did.
That's not bad. That's not fair. That's
I
fair.
gotta make sure I'm not being biased, so I always take off a 1/4 star. Just to be sure.
I know you. That's what you do to stop yourself from giving 5 stars to matches that are 5 stars. We got I Make Beats. It says Meltzer's just been doing it the longest before I was born. Yeah,
Fucking shame.
I have respect for Meltzer. I think he can be drunk Uncle Dave because if it wasn't for him doing podcasts and doing what he does, I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing.
Oh my God! Stop it.
This guy.
Not how that works.
No respect.
It's not how
no
that
respect
works.
for your elders.
These people
no
say the
respect for
same
your
thing
elders.
all the time. I understand about the respect is that I don't want to hear people give credit for things that were inherently going to happen. It's like I've seen Kenny Smith was like, without Jerry West, there would be no NBA logo. Really? They'd be walking around without a logo if Jerry West didn't exist. That's what you think was going to happen? Somebody else would be the logo. If they didn't do it, some motherfucking pimple face loser would be in the spot. It is what it is. I'm sorry. No disrespect.
Every time you say that, it's literally after or before you disrespect
The
somebody.
words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
We be talking about the Wade Keller star ratings or whatever. It is what it is. No disrespect.
All right, we're about to get into AEW Dynamite. We got Joel Pearl in the chat. Good to see you, Joel. He says, it's true, without Dave, you wouldn't be arguing about entertainment with your friends on the internet.
Thank you, Joel.
I wouldn't.
Thank you, Joel.
I wouldn't be getting paid to do it. I would still be doing it, but I probably wouldn't be getting paid to do it, Joel. That's the difference.
Break it down for him, Joel.
That's the difference, Joel.
Appreciate
Neither would you, Joel.
I've always been on your side.
No, not this shit. All right, we're gonna get into AEW Dynamite. The show took place from San Jose, California. What did you think about the crowd last night in San Jose?
Fine. Nothing to write home about.
Yeah, nothing to write home about. I agree. The show kicked off with probably the best part of the whole damn show. We go on air with footage of the Blackpool Combat Club leaving Wrestle Dream after Jon Moxley defeated Bryan Danielson for the AEW World Championship. While driving off, Moxley says that he's the only one responsible. People think they know what motivates him. They know nothing. He has a dream about a land of opportunity, but AEW has not become that place. Wrestling gave him an opportunity, and he wants that for the 150 others under contract. He hates what AEW has become. Egos out of control, dancing and partying when there's no need for it. Moxley will burn the forest to build a new one. They will do what they will do what has to be done in order for there to be a better future. If you don't want to come with, run while you can, but get out of the way. What's the need to know? What's the new paradigm? It's simple. You work for me now. We see a very conflicted Wheeler Yuta sitting next to them as they ride off with them, all in the back of the trunk, while Pac and Claudio are riding in the front. Oh my God. This might have been the best one of all these, the way they've been kicking off Dynamite the last couple of weeks with the Jon Moxley pre-tape promo. Just the lines he said on this, and that he finally reveals that he's the one in charge here. Like he's not being kind of basically manipulated by someone else. There's no higher power. It's Jon Moxley who's in control of this. We don't really have the answers of why, but it really sounds like he is just trying to be like, this whole roster is fucking complacent. I need to kind of get rid of the old, out with the old, in with the new, and all these people that have been around being complacent. He's here to light a fire under their ass, and if he has to be the bad guy to do that, then he will.
You put up the picture of Moxley and all them again, fucking Yuta and Marina. Marina is a real believer. Look at her face.
She looks like she's Martin Luther King.
What a true believer. I'm here for it. This is great. Moxley's always great at these 2 minutes in and out, dropping some fire ass lines. You Work For Me Now is insane. Now this brings up some issues. Dancing complacency. You would think the Elite would be the first on the list. You would just think. I mean, it kind of is what it is. But maybe he's got a plan of some kind. If I remove all logic from this is fantastic. Moxley's fucking brilliant. This is what I see somebody saying they should have added. I am the Storm or whatever. Fuck. This was my issue with that fucking Roman and Cody thing. Like, this music makes it corny. Without it, it's dope. But with it, this is corny. I'm sorry. It is.
I like the clips put in of all the baby faces at the end of Wrestle Dream looking all depressed, them getting Brian into the ambulance. You see like Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, Private Party all looking depressed as Brian is kind of ushered out and stuff. It added to what Moxley was saying. That was good, like footage to splice in.
It was very good. I thought it was dope.
We got Big Man Dogs who says Moxolini is speaking me out talking like this, but I'm interested.
Right? Where's this gonna go?
He instantly gets you invested. You might not know all the way what he's talking about, but the way he delivers what he's saying, it makes you interested in what's next.
Indeed. Best part of the show. Relative.
Annika saying, love this. It's like if APA had more ambition and wanted to take over WWE.
Their beer was taken away. Just had to stay there.
It's like, oh, we're out of beer. Fuck this. We're going to go rip people apart. Roxy saying, love this intro to Dynamite. We got Aisi says, this was great. Big Man, I am the Storm.
I have no words. I know that part. Like, good Lord.
I am the Storm, the bound the line.
This is any other two people, we'd be calling it what it is. Awful. This is Roman and Cody, where you're all like, it's brilliant.
Sit them up. I enjoyed it, but I was a little bit. I was like you in the fact that I was a little disgusted by people overhyping. Because I just called it what it was. I was like, this is over the top. This is semi-ridiculous. But because it's Roman and Cody, I love it. I love it. In other words, I enjoyed every minute of this.
So weird.
We also got another super chat donation from Roxy. Thank you so much, Roxy, for the support. As always, we appreciate you.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Roxy saying, when the babyface group forms, what female should go against Marina? Gotta be Willow.
Do we have to do like a fucking thing? Like, I don't need a group to take them. Everybody should be taking them on. I don't need a group to take them on. Like a specified, how many are 5, 4 or 5? I just don't. It's not as threatening if you can just get a bunch of random people together and take them out. Like, that's the whole point. As long as the Elite don't turn babyface, which I know is going to be the plan. I feel it already. I see it. They are guilted into doing the right thing, and then they save AEW. Which does this whole
Kenny's return causes the Young Bucks to turn back babyface.
Oh, whatever.
I want the Elite to be on their shit. Love, we're not getting involved in this. This has nothing to do with this. They don't attack us.
Yes, that should be it. They should be like they're avoiding the problem until the problem eventually arrives at their door. Like Bane, the Dark Knight Rises, where that dude lets Bane do whatever he wants, and then Bane comes with his shit at the end. Like, yeah, I need that shit too. I need that. That's what I hope happens. We need that belt. Okada, cough that up. All right.
We got Claudio in the Continental Classic, man. We coming for that belt. Coming for that belt, yo. We got good shout there by Alex Powell, who says Jamie Hayter should face Marina.
Always one of the two answers anybody should give. It should be Jamie Hayter and Willow, obviously.
Yeah. They should be the women that they build the whole women's division around. Honestly, them and Timeless Tony Storm. Congratulations to Timeless Tony Storm, who was number 1 in the PWI Women's 250.
I'm not even sure. I love PWI. At least I did when I was 12. Wow. Stone Cold did win that match.
I used to go to 86th Street and get the PWIs from the newsstand on 86th.
Yeah, they had PWI, and then there was like two more. PWI, I forget what they were, but maybe that's the same company. Yeah, I'm sorry. Thomas is out. Thomas is you are the Undertaker. You come in every once in a blue. You have a big match. You can win it if you like, and then you take your leave. This is Willow and Jamie's town now. Austin Rocker here. You go do what you do.
Oh,
you come back every once in a blue to have a match, and then you back to Japan or Mexico or wherever.
I'm not gonna front, even though I don't like the Undertaker. That is a good comparison because they always say, regardless of Rock and Austin being bigger stars, they always say Undertaker was the best character, and Tony is the best character in women's wrestling.
Yeah, sure. Come on in. I like Tony. Had your time. Had your time. Beat Hogan 10 years ago. Now you again? Still here? Beatish.
With that weak ass choke slam? Big Man Dog says, I will only watch the Ramble if the Elite turns babyface and saves AEW.
I cannot. Please don't do this to me. Please don't ruin the storyline by doing the most cliched, uninteresting thing you possibly could.
Chuck Berry says, how I knew that Jimmy would hate the idea of a babyface Young Bucks and Elite.
Oh my God. Is this the thing? Is this the thing everybody's guessing is going to happen? Oh, please don't do this. Please don't do this. Please don't. Fight!
No, it should be Kenny coming back and kind of bringing the troops together and then giving like a pep talk to Darby. He should be the Lex Luger to Darby Sting.
Oh, that works. Darby wins the belt, and then we've vanquished them. Then he comes the next night, and then Christian beats him.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. I knew, like, I said the same thing. I was like, this would be, if this is the Darby Allin story, if you're gonna tell the story, a proper story with Darby Allin, it should be he should vanquish to be the one to vanquish this heel faction, and then Christian Cage steals all the glory from him almost immediately.
Then we come to the issue of why would losing the belt stop Moxley at all? So it'd have to be like a like Darby shows him that what he did worked. Like, oh yeah, my mission is accomplished here in AEW. I did it. All right.
Yeah,
time to go.
It was all because he probably by that time it would be like Daniel Garcia TNT champion, Private Party tag team champions. You also have to have the BCC lose the trios titles to like a young group, and then probably like conglomeration or something, because that would make sense. Because I think that Orange is probably going to be the first challenger for Moxley. Yeah, the way they've been building it.
Way to book down this reign already. But yeah, I think you're right. Really? From Dragon and Moxley to Moxley and Orange Cassidy is not down? You don't think so, huh? Come on.
They have good chemistry. Come on now. This is the rebuilding campaign for Orange Cassidy. They're trying to rebuild it. Rebuild.
Where'd you ruin it? You can't ruin something 3 times. Enough. Give it a shot. He's conglomeration guy now. You did it. Don't blame me. You did it. Don't blame me.
Oh, we got Big Man Does. It says Kenny's like, only you can do it, Darby. Melodramatic voice. he's like, you are the store.
Absolutely. Please.
You are the store, but that is the last. Oh man. All right. But the show kicked off in the arena with Adam Cole, baby, returning to AEW Dynamite. He gets a really good reaction from the San Jose crowd, and he prepares the fans with story time with Adam Cole, baby. He tells us that he told Roderick Strong, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, the Kingdom, that he has to do this on his own, as he's damn proud to be back in the ring. He says, truth be told, he doesn't think folks want to hear about his journey back from injury. Instead, they want to hear about the worst human being in the world MJF. Life is filled with good versus evil. And he's learned during his time off that sometimes you have to battle evil with evil. MJF will tell you how Cole broke a promise or trust, but without trust, there's no foundation. Adam Cole might be a lot of things, but stupid isn't one of them. Anyone who thinks that you can trust MJF is stupid. The MJF we see now is the real MJF, the one who has terrorized AEW for 5 years, despite saying he cares about them. If Cole could describe MJF in one word, it would be fake. He had 2 surgeries for the hair on his head, and his brash attitude is just as fake, despite being a scared little boy. He tells everyone in the arena to go trash MJF on social media, and he'll act as if he doesn't care, but he'll cry in his hotel in the corner. MJF is a phony who can't be trusted. Everyone in the back agrees with him. AEW has the best wrestlers in the world, guys who will be the future, making them the best pro wrestling company in the world. And it makes Cole sick that these young guys look at MJF and think that's a path to success, despite it being a path of failure and loneliness. Cole said that with every fiber of his being, everyone hates MJF. Let's not waste any more time. So Cole calls out MJF to the ring. His music hits, but no one comes out, and then it eventually stops. They cut away to a pre-recorded video from MJF, who is having some wine by his fireplace, talking about all of his gains over his career to become a multi-millionaire. There's a lot of jackals in pro wrestling, says MJF, when you're at the top, so they can chew you up and spit you out. Something that MJF promised would never happen again until Adam Cole came into his life. Cole stabbed him in the back and left a void that will never let MJF trust again. It's not MJF's fault that he's like this. It's Cole's. MJF knows Cole wants his revenge, but it's not ever going to happen. So he'll keep dangling the little carrot, leaving Cole with a void, something that he can thank MJF later for. Cole was listening and then eventually says MJF can run, but he can't hide. And he promises when he gets his hands on MJF, he'll get the ass beating of a lifetime, and he wished they never met.
I already wish they never met.
I was like, I wish you would have just told us your journey from injury, honestly.
Please.
Because this was not a good. I understand they wanted to come up with a reason why fans should cheer Adam Cole versus MJF, despite Cole turning on MJF when they were friends, but this did not do the job. They did not do a good job of explaining this. By just saying how MJF is fake and saying you should hate him, you didn't really give us any real reason to hate him. And like it would have been good if you came up with a real reason for us to hate MJF. The fact that he almost broke Daniel Garcia's neck. The fact that he cheated Will Ospreay out of the International Championship. All the reasons why MJF gave us reasons to hate him again over the last couple of months, that should have been your reasoning, and you should have said, that would have been me if I didn't turn on him first. But this what we got was not good enough. The fans didn't react to it because they probably would have been more vocal into this promo if you would have just told us about your journey back. And the fact that you gave up your ankle and gave up a year of your career to help MJF because you were a friend and you saw that MJF didn't really care about you at the end or something like that. There was 1,000 different ways that they could have done this. This just wasn't an effective one to do here.
We already had MJF come back with his Triple H outfit and then beat up Cole. And we were going to pretend like the devil thing never happened after that. And now here we are again. What the fuck? I thought we were done. I thought we were finished. I thought we knew this was a bad idea, and we should now we put Cole and Jeff together. Why? Why? Do you not learn from any mistakes at all? I have MJF as one of my very few made men in AEW, and they're really going to put this to the test by seeing if he will stay a main eventer once every single thing he can do wrong is here. I am shocked by this. What the fuck? Yeah, I hate all of this. I hate AEW's part. Lukewarm. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Cole and MJF, this should be great. It was not. And what's MJF got against fucking week after pay-per-view episodes? He's never here after pay-per-view. Ever. And I don't understand. Ugh.
I know he did tell people, apparently the report was that he told people that he had to do some reshoots for Happy Gilmore 2. So that's probably the reason why he wasn't here. And I think that his promo basically sets up that he's going to make another return in a couple of weeks to beat up Adam Cole when he's least expected.
Well, should have got something else. I don't know what. Not this. MJF goes away. I don't care. Anything said MJF and Adam Cole again. Ew.
I think it will be a good match when they eventually have the match, but you got to build to the match as well. And this wasn't a good start.
At all.
King Potato saying MJF's way is literally the way to success. The guy is a star now. Why would other wrestlers not want to follow suit?
You sound like a psychopath. What the fuck? You sound like a nut. Only that matters is fucking money. You do what he does. Sir, some people have other goals and ambitions other than being in a movie. All right. Follow suit. Do it. Fucking Vince McMahon over here.
Will Tristam says, Adam just sounds like a kid crying. I understand Brit now, LOL.
I had the first thought. I didn't have the second thought, but I had the first thought. Like, he just sounds whiny. Oh, this is not a baby face. Ew. Yeah. I'm Team Brit. I'm Team Brit on this. You convinced me. I'm Team Brit. I don't know what happened. I'm Team Brit.
He's like, I don't even know what happened, but I'm Team Brit. Big Man Dog says Cole was attacking innocent baby faces as the devil, while MJF has turned over a new leaf. The unwashed heathens abandoned him for Hollywood Ospreay, so MJF turned on them in return.
That's kind of the thing. It's. All right, no, Genesis J just said it. Let's read his comment. That was my thought.
We got Genesis J with a super chat donation. Thank you so much, Genesis J. We appreciate you, good sir.
Tony Khan, this is also on you, because you can stop this.
That's what Jimmy Jacobs said when he got fired. But fucking not
Genesis J. Genesis J says Adam could have just said he pulled the trigger on the attack on MJF before he could. MJF was attempting to attack Adam when he wasn't looking. Yeah.
That's it. Perfect.
That's it. You don't need the long explanation. You don't need to whine and complain about how MJF is a scumbag. We already know this.
Thank you. It's like he's revealing some shit. It's like, sorry, it's been 5 years. We get it. We're aware. Yeah, I did this before he could do it. Other people got caught in the crossfire, and I apologize for that. They want to take their shot. He pulled J. Cole. They want to take their shot. I'll take it on the shin. But otherwise, I had to do them MJF. And now here we are again. That's it.
See, that's a key that I didn't mention. That he didn't take any accountability for what he did. And that he's not, he doesn't come off as a good babyface because he didn't do that at all.
Yeah. Well, that voice doesn't help. And he moves around the ring a lot, which I do enjoy. He moves around the ring a lot, which I do enjoy. But when you're not being accountable, it seems like this motherfucker's trying to sell me something. I'm not buying it at all.
He's like, I ain't buying this one. This was a miss. I think they can bring this back. I believe in Adam Cole on the mic enough that he can bring this back, but they have to address a lot of the issues in this promo here. Which
how many times did they bring it back though? MJF Ospreay. MJF fucking Adam Cole. How many times we have to start 50 points down and work back to 0? I'm exhausted. It's exhausting. It's MJF. This should be easy. Why are you giving Triple H and Scott Steiner and Triple H fucking Booker T? Can't we just find somebody who can fight? Send them to SmackDown. All right. Cool.
Send them to Collision. Thank you, Genesis J, for the super chat donation. Big Man Dog says Adam Cole should have said, "I love you guys."
Babyface.
He came back for you guys. I love
you guys.
I love you guys.
What do you call that? Fucking sacrifice. It's a human sacrifice over here.
Nah, you know what Adam Cole should have really said, right?
Speak, bitch.
No, he should have said, it's a great night in San Jose on a Wednesday night.
It fit Cole a little better, at least. Ugh.
It's great to be in San Jose.
Right, I'm sorry. We're not doing this thing. We're not doing this because my man's been on the roll. And y'all saw what happened when he turned it on? You niggas can't hang. Love you, Drew. You can't hang when he turns it on.
When he Triple H took his main event.
Triple H took his main event? He said, I'll show this bald head nigga. And he went off. I told you.
Triple H might have earned Booker of the Year just for bringing back serious CM Punk.
Oh, so awesome. Should have made him work Saudi. You need to get some real shit. You probably would have got shot on sight if you said what he was going to say in Saudi, but you know what? Never mind. Good idea. Don't do that shit. It's not worth it. Fucking assault rifles.
Oh my God. Renee Paquette, we see clip from after Wrestle Dream where Renee Paquette was backstage with Chris Jericho after his match with Mark Briscoe for the Ring of Honor World Championship on Saturday. And he says that he felt vindicated. Jericho said that he's in the #1 movie in America, Terrifier 3, and Fozzy is on tour across the country. He was going to become the Nuevo no matter anything necessary, but Briscoe cheated at Wrestle Dream. So he wants a rematch, and Jericho wants to become a 2-time Ring of Honor World Champion, just like Jay Briscoe. And then he smiled because he knew what he was doing.
Yes.
We cut live to Mark Briscoe with Renee Paquette on Dynamite backstage, and Mark Briscoe accepts the challenge of Jericho. He says that Jericho has been known to say a lot of dumb stuff, and he can let that go in one ear and out of the other, but not bringing up Jay once again. So Jericho will pay, and Briscoe accepts the challenge, but it'll only happen next week in a ladder war for the Ring of Honor World title. Briscoe talks about tonight, though, as FTR walks in, and he talks about they're going to whoop some ass and whoop the learning trees as Big Bill and Brian Keith up next. But it was made official later on in the show. It will be Mark Briscoe versus Chris Jericho for the Ring of Honor World Championship in the Briscoe signature matchup, Ladder War.
If we're assuming this is the end of it, fine. First match was I didn't see it, so I couldn't tell you.
It was actually better than it should have been.
Okay.
It was a good match. That's what I'm trying to say. I did not expect that. Sure. This was the first AEW pay-per-view that he was on this year that Jericho did not have objectively the worst match on the show.
Who's worst match?
Jack Perry and Shibata, only because it wasn't that long and Shibata lost in a weird way.
Only because you started with it. Fucking Jack Perry. Sorry. Jesus fucking Christ. How long will it continue this experiment? You know what? I have plenty of time to complain about Jack Perry. When he gets face to face with tiny Daniel Garcia and looks even tinier, we'll have plenty to say about Jack Perry. I'll wait. But Jericho, the match apparently good, according to SP3. Take his word for it. And the feud has been relatively painless. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but this is the end. Fantastic. I'll call it a net positive. It's a big-ish match. It's almost the main event. I'm good. Sold.
But the fact that Briscoe won at the pay-per-view and they're doing the rematch so soon after I fear that this means that Jericho's winning next week.
Sorry, wait, who cares? Sorry. Sorry. He win all the belts. I care not. Feel free.
Oh,
even Russell Paris. Oh my God. Even the fucking rats are leaving the ship. I'm sorry. And then they're going to pretend like they always thought it was bad. No. I've been yelling on the ship alone about how this stinks, and nobody wants to listen. No, he's go scapegoat. Fucking dumb, frantic world and the rest of them. Pretend like this is not garbage. This is garbage. He's tiny. He's a nice guy. So what? Who cares? Who cares if he's a nice guy? Who cares if he was a victim? I don't care. He's not a victim now. He's a heel. You show that stupid footage of him being a victim. Of him being... Oh, what did we say when that footage came out? Tony's incompetent. Punk is a bully. Poor Jack. So, of course, Jack is badass heel now. What are we doing? What are we doing? This makes no sense. All right, we'll get there. I'm all right.
You sure you're all right? You
Yes.
sure?
Okay. At least everything in wrestling. Outside of putting the tag on my TV. Sorry to tell you. It's been like a decade, though.
Holy shit.
A decade. I'm sorry. 10 years.
How did the Italian catch a stray when we're talking about Jack Perry?
I'm sorry. I was thinking of my least favorite things, and it's that. It's Jack Perry in that.
Even it's above Pure Fusion Collective.
See, you guys are sick of them because you watched for how many years ago. I wasn't watching when they were around. I was watching when Natalia was around. This is an up-and-comer fucking motherfucker.
She was like, I was here when Natalia first came and had to go through like 5-6 years of seeing Natalia. Then I left for 5 years, came back, and it's still the same.
She's still here. No more over, no more nothing.
With the same fucking Temu version of Bret Hart's music.
Oh, that song is heinous. Like, what are we doing? Please stop. Let it go.
Oh my God. All right, opening matchup, we had FTR, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler going up against the Learning Trees, Big Bill and Brian Keefe. Nothing much to this one. Before we go to commercial break, Wheeler and Bill tagged in, with Bill using his size early on, easily taking the advantage. Wheeler escapes a snake eyes and fires off a dropkick as Bill is ping-ponged between FTR until Bill manages to hit a big boss man slam to gain control. Back from commercial break, Harwood makes a hot tag when things return as a short arm lariat flattens Keith, but Bill no-sells his and dropped Harwood with one of his own. Harwood fought off a powerbomb, allowing Wheeler to fly off the top rope with a crossbody. Bill avoided the shatter machine as Brian Keefe got involved. He hits a last ride powerbomb on Harwood and then launches Wheeler over the top rope. Keith makes the tag in. He does the diamond dust into Big Bill, hitting a big boot, and that's a nice sequence there as he gets a near fall. Wheeler gets control as he hits a tornado DDT off the apron on the outside onto Bill. They basically get Brian Keefe in the ring alone. They do a great double drop down sequence. Leapfrog, drop down, shatter machine onto Brian Keefe. 1, 2, 3. FTR picks up the victory. After the commercial break, I thought this got good. So it was overall rock solid matchup here. FTR making their return to AEW Dynamite for the first time since they had to experience, the Hurricane Helene. Our, thoughts and prayers to everyone who had to experience Hurricane Helene as well as Hurricane Milton. So FTR is back after dealing with all of that, and they got a nice little celebration, a nice setup in the post-match here. As first we would see LFI, La Faction Inganables, Rush, Dralistico, and the Beast Mortals rocking a polo. I was like, okay, Beast Mortals. They were watching backstage before the Outrunners made their entrance to they got a top 3 pop of the night. Like the crowd went crazy for the Outrunners. They get a huge ovation. Truth Magnum and Turbo Floyd come out to celebrate with their boys, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler. They do the Predator double handshake and pose with FTR until we go to the next segment here. But this sets up for this Saturday on Collision. It will be the Outrunners going up against La Faction Inganables Rouge and the Beast Mortos on Collision from Stockton, California. What did you think about FTR and versus Big Bill and Brian Keith? And any thoughts on another big pop for the Outrunners? I feel like we're talking about it every week that the Outrunners show up. They get easily one of the top 3 pops of the night.
What is their gimmick? That is the 80s?
Yes, basically.
All right. How long is it going to last? I'm sorry.
He's like, I know what your gimmick is. I'm gonna say it, and if you confirm it is, I'm annoyed.
Yeah, like I want to know what the joke was. I thought I got it. Okay, the joke is the 80s guys, and they're really excitable. Sure. Listen, you guys enjoy them? Like, they even do like the same we've seen this already. We've seen this like 4 or 5 times now. Fucking Scissor Me Daddy and fucking Best Friends Hug. I've seen all this. I've seen the latest fad, and we've got another one. How long does this last? 4 more months? 5 more months? Before you all decide, you'll never like them anyway. Sure. I know nothing about their work rate. I know nothing about their mic skills. So listen, get what you can out of them. Sure. Feel free. Put them over. I'm here for all of it. Feel free.
I will say about this matchup, like I said, I thought it was a solid opener. Big Bill was the most impressive out of everybody.
I totally forgot about the match. Yeah. Nothing stood out in this match. Not even PR. What a shame. Hottest team on the planet a couple years ago. But yes, fucking Big Bill was splendid. I was just watching Big Bill fucking every time he was in, I just couldn't take my eyes off him. Not only because he's God knows how tall, and, oiled up and muscled, but his punches look great. His moves look stiff. Everything was great. Big Bill is a star. Big Bill is above this. Big Bill should be. What do you use the Undertaker analogy? Bigger than he is. Yes, Big Bill.
He should be Diesel. He should be Diesel in 95. Except I don't know if he's gonna tank business. But he just has a cool factor and he knows how to move in the ring for a big man.
Diesel tank business in 95. That's your expert opinion. It was Diesel.
I'm not
Diesel
saying it's expert opinion. I'm saying that it was fucking.
It's your opinion.
Inside joke for like 30 years that he thinks.
It's fucking painful and it's offensive, and I don't want people to fucking perpetuate it. Yeah, I guess. Listen, sure. I have nothing against the Outrunners. People want them over, but I'm just saying we all know what this is, so you should speed this up. Like, get what you actually can out of them. Don't be like don't build, because by the time you finish building, people will be over it. I'm sorry. Put the belts on them right now, and then get a good 5-6 months out of them, and then take it off. Why? You know how this goes. You've done this already. Why wait like you did with Acclaimed and them? Just do it now, and you'll feel better.
I think doing stuff like this is, I think they're establishing the whole friendship with FTR because I think this is going to lead to FTR turning on.
Awesome. Hopefully, it's hoping. FTR better heels.
Yeah.
No, it's shocking.
Their babyface run went way longer than I thought it could or should.
Right? To be fair, it reached peaks I did not think it would reach. I couldn't believe how popular they were. But that's over now. And it's been over for a good while. Year and change. When Punk was here, it was over then. So how long ago was that?
They were literally they got like the thing where you like push the brought him back to life with Punk during the first Collision run. Then Punk left. They gave him another for Adam Copeland to keep him out there until Copeland could team with them, which they never really paid off on. And now they just been basically for duration of 2024, they just been kind of floating in the wind. They had to go back to feuding with the Punk with the Bucks and stuff like that.
Yeah, so turn them heel, and they're great. They're great heels, so I have no complaints.
Yeah. We go backstage to you was like talking about the Acclaimed, and we saw them right up next. They were backstage with Daddy as Renee Paquette asks them about their victory over MXM Collection at Wrestle Dream. They says that they're actually getting ready to go to the gym because they're body guys. They got the best bodies in AEW. Gunn leaves to get the car as Bowen says everyone loves the Acclaimed. Caster says that the best wrestler alive is back. And they're coming off another pay-per-view win because that's what they do. But they want more. They want more of everything until MVP walks in with Shelton Benjamin and tells them to give him a call when they decide to get serious. He hands the Hurt Syndicate card to Max Caster, who very smoothly pockets it, puts it in his pocket, as Bowens is looking at MVP and Shelton, and he tells them that they don't need anything from him. But then MVP peeks that Max Caster put the card in his pocket. He smiles at Shelton, and they get on out of here. And while Bowens looks at Caster like, "What the hell?" This was the most nuanced storytelling that we've seen from the Acclaimed in like 2 years.
Certainly, I'm sure I've asked this already. Probably several times. I just never liked the answer, so I don't remember what it was. What's up with the best wrestler in the world thing? Why does he keep saying it? Is it like a joke or?
I think it should be a joke. It is a joke, but I don't know if it's an intended joke.
You think he might actually think this? That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Listen, we're gonna break them up. I'm here for it. Obviously. And Max fits with. As long as he doesn't rap anymore, he could fit with the fucking Hurt Business. You're the pin guy. Sorry. The light-skinned one takes the pins. That's how it works. And you're right. Sorry. Them's be the rules. I don't make the rules.
You got the least amount of melanin, so you got to take the pins.
Yeah. And listen, Bowen's gonna be good on his own. I have no doubt he'll be fine. He's a better wrestler between the two of them. I think he's a better mic worker between the two of them, to be honest. We shall see.
Just do Bowens with Daddy Ass in his corner.
Yeah, they can still do the stupid scissor thing.
Yeah. Still sell the merch and everything. He can keep the scissor gimmick. Caster can get serious with MVP in his corner.
Sure.
Genesis J says, I hope Anthony ditches Max and Billy. Romeo says, don't think Lashley could last 5 minutes traveling with Max Caster.
It's a little weird to me. Not weird. No, weird is the right word. Ever since the Nation, right? Why do we never acknowledge that these groups are all black or all whatever? Like, it's never acknowledged. Like, he hasn't invited anybody white, giving them a business card. Tony was talking about it earlier. He was like, he's to hand out a lot of business cards, whatever. Like, we not notice there's a theme here. Like,
all Negroes. He handed business cards to Mercedes, to Nana and Swerve, to Lio Rush. That's how we set up this matchup with an exclusive digital one, and then now it's the Acclaim.
Why don't they acknowledge that? Besides the obvious, which is they don't know how to, but they don't see color. But like MVP does. So why are we acknowledging that
MVP sees more color than Triple H?
He sees all MVP sees his color. He don't see talent clearly because he fighting Max Caster. He's the anti-Triple H. I only see color.
I don't see talent at all. I
don't see talent. I only see color.
Oh my god!
If they don't do that, they missed opportunity. That should be the promo.
That would be just such a funny shot to take.
No.
Next up, we had the TBS Championship up for grabs. Mercedes Moné defending against Queen Aminata. Mercedes, of course, with Camille in her corner. Aminata immediately became distracted by Camille at the bell, allowing Moné to hit a springboard arm drag. but Amanada put the brakes on mocked Monet. After an exchange of pinning attempts, we get Amanada caught a crossbody into a fallaway slam. Camille saved Monet from the running kick in against the ropes. Then Amanada popped her with the brain drain headbutt, the queen's crown, if you will. The distraction allowed Mercedes to regain control and slam Amanada into the steel steps and hit a Meteora before we went to commercial break. It was all Mercedes after the commercial break until Amanada mounted a comeback. She hits the nice little air raid crash for a 2 count. Almost a code red from Amanada got another 2. She hits a violent looking swinging fisherman's neck breaker and then started folding Mercedes up like a pretzel with the submission hold. Taking too long to follow up, though, after a pin attempt when she gets a near fall. Monet hits a Meteora out of the corner. She then kind of awkwardly gets into the backstabber and then transitions into the statement maker for the submission victory. I thought this was a good match otherwise, besides the awkward-looking backstabber. I thought they worked well with each other. It was really hard hitting, and I like the submission work, especially Amanada with that arm cross with her legs. That looked impressive right there. But Mercedes looked motivated to finally have a good matchup after about a month. But Jimmy,
Jesus,
what did you think about this matchup here?
Motivated is a good word. I think she's entered into her Charlotte territory, where she not only wants a Charlotte contract, but she also wants a Charlotte work schedule, which is when I feel like it, I'll turn it on. And when I don't, I won't. Essentially, I think it's been a disappointment. Have we talked about how disappointing it's been? Has anybody ever mentioned that? I know Jimmy has, but has anybody else mentioned how disappointing Mercedes thing's been overall? Like from the beginning. Okay, just want to make sure we're all on the same page. I thought Queen Amanada was great here. Mercedes was her, I was going to say usual self, but ain't been that usual recently. Yeah, this is fine. She's a star in the making. I don't know when, because the women's division is a little top heavy at this point, but eventually she should get her shot. Queen Amanada is really good. She did work on her wigs, because her wig, whatever that was showing, what is that called? The fucking
edges.
The part. Thank you, sir. Yeah, but otherwise, she's good.
Yeah, I like this matchup because I think Amanada, she's really impressive. Like I always go back to the fact that like the first women's match that we saw in Dynamite this year was Amanada and Mariah May. And I would say like those are two ladies that you put with the Jamie Hayters and the Willow Nightingales, and you build the women's division's future around them. You got the stars like in Mercedes Moné and Timeless Toni Storm, but those are like the 4 women that you should kind of push to the forefront and build the division around for like the next 5 years.
I know about all that, but sure. I have nothing wrong with what you just said. I don't know about that. Like, if you said build a division around Austin Rock, Triple H, Undertaker, I would say sure. But all I really need is Austin Rock. No disrespect. If Triple H and Angle and want to come along, that's great. But all I actually need is Austin Rock. All I need is Willow Hayter. The other two want to come along, come along. You're talented, you should feel free. But I'm sorry.
Ridiculous. This guy's ridiculous. He's like, there's no one else on the roster. I just need these 2 guys.
I don't need anybody. I got Shaq and Kobe. I can do 10 bums. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
It's like
I like talented people.
Shaq and Kobe, their third best player was Derek Fisher. Oh, come on. What are we talking about?
Feel free. But, yeah.
We got Big Man Dog says, I liked it. And we also got Will Chisholm who says, Mercedes is like, if you're not Japanese from Stardom or Stephanie Vicaire or Willow, then I'll give you 3 stars on TV. LOL. Hey, this was closer to 3 1/4 for me.
Okay, so we give it 3 1/4, I assume. What's the question I have here? All right, so what do we do with Mercedes? I mean, as a people, Not as a black people, but as
my main nitpick for this matchup and the commentary for it is I don't think they ever mentioned Chris Statlander, which is who
At all.
Mercedes is supposed to be feuding with.
It's kind of a big deal.
Yes.
It's time for Mercedes to drop this belt. I'm sorry.
And I think Statlander is not that bad of a candidate.
Statlander's almost perfect. She is very talented. You could buy her beating Mercedes, and she is not quite a main eventer. So it reestablishes the pecking order of the belts as it should. Fucking world title is the world title, and then TBS title is the secondary belt. And then Mercedes can win the big belt 3 months from now, 4 months from now, whenever.
Yeah.
It's not important.
Because we know that's happened.
Yes, it should have happened. Fucking Roman walking around with the fucking Intercontinental Championship is insane. No disrespect, Roman. I know she draws nothing, but I just meant, and she doesn't wrestle as good as you when she doesn't turn it on. She certainly can't talk like you. We gotta think of a better example. I don't like the Roman example.
Oh my God, I'm moving on. Backstage, we get Renee Paquette. She is meeting with Private Party, who have requested the AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, to join them for this interview. Zay and Quinn said that they were this close to winning the titles, and they want another shot. Matthew Jackson admits, he says that he was wrong, saying that they were a mid-card act, and they actually pushed them to their limit. But Nicholas says, as far as a rematch go, that doesn't work for us, brother. That's their last title shot. And he says, good luck getting to the back of the line. The Bucks walk off, and then Stokely Hathaway steps in. He asks why Zay and Quinn deserve another shot when they've been here since the Obama administration, and suggests that the next time they lose, Private Party should be done. Hathaway says, everyone knows. He says that Zay is the star of the team anyway, so he should just be on his own. He walks off, and Zay looks at Quinn, and he says, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. So I guess that this is all leading to the Private Party versus the Young Bucks, with Private Party as a tag team on the line. So I thought this was good story. I was like, wow, you're actually committed to this Private Party push. I thought you were just doing it for the weeks ahead of the pay-per-view, and then you were going to drop it. And now you actually are playing off of the fact that match was a great match and arguably Private Party's best match in AEW. And they got a reaction towards the end of the matchup, got applause after the matchup. So you're looking to that to parlay and actually have a story build for the next pay-per-view where they can actually have a better chance of winning.
Yeah, my question would be, what do you do with Stokely? You can't put them together with Stokely. Stokely's a heel. Stokely has his own group. What is going on here? I'm still very confused. Either way,
I'm hoping that the ass whooping leads to Top Flight needing Stokely.
Sure. They definitely need somebody to talk for them. Just good Lord. Both of them stink. Both of them. Darius didn't even talk. Stokes was fucking fantastic. Everything he says is hilarious, and his facial expressions might be better than that. You know, Zay's the real star as he stares right at the camera like he's fucking somebody from The Office. It's fucking great. I did like this. I didn't realize how much I wanted a Private Party push. I might have just been exhausted about the stops and starts they've gotten. So to see it continued, it is kind of wild. I mean, yeah. It's. I mean,
yeah. He's not lying. That's the point.
He's not lying. But, I think you only say it if it's not true. Like if you said fucking
he should have said Quinn is the star.
Yeah, I was gonna say. We all know who's the not Montez of the group. What's his name?
What? Not Montez?
Yeah, what's his name?
Angelo Dawkins.
Jesus, what an awful name that is. Yeah. Like if you said, everyone knows Angelo's the star of the group, then it's like funny and it's, but like don't say Montez. Yeah, it's just mean. Ew.
Like don't mention that. Like
yeah. Wow, Angelo Dawkins, dude, change your name. You need a name. Angelo Dawkins. You look like you. Angelo Dawkins. fucking Sopranos ass name is this? That name stinks. Holy shit.
Angelo Falcone. Angelo Falcone.
Sorry, sir. No disrespect anybody.
And we kept on the Elite theme as we come back from commercial break and we see the whole Elite together backstage. Jack Perry says that they need to handle some business before going out there tonight, as today is Kenny Omega's birthday. Perry said that he understands Omega has had 20 feet of his intestines removed after they laid him out earlier this year. They showed him a birthday cake that they bought for him and say happy birthday Kenny on it, until Perry decides that he wants to drop I guess fake intestines onto it. Okada says happy birthday bitch, as Okada and the Young Bucks go to the entranceway for the upcoming matchup. Perry then looks into the camera and he says, Kenny Omega, get well soon or die. I don't even care.
I forgot he said that. Oh, good Lord. Jimmy Jacobs' fault, clearly. Or die.
The intestines on the cake was lame, but I only like this segment because I'm hoping this means that Kenny Omega, this is the long, slow burn for the Kenny Omega return that I've been wanting for the better part of the year.
Yes, and come back and he can face Jack Perry. I'm not sure
he needs a warm up before the Okada match, sir.
Dragon has fucking 2.5 matches left. Let's do a Jack Perry match. Absolutely. Let's do Punk versus Matt Sydal. What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck? Yeah, absolutely. Jimmy Jacobs. Romeo too. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Come on, man. Do we know if he's responsible for the Jack Perry push?
No, I don't know. I think that's all Tony.
Yeah. We all see it. It's not as fun now that everybody's on the same page. I enjoyed shitting on Jack Perry a lot more a couple weeks ago, but yeah, we all see it. We all see. I think you can like Jack all you want. Why? I don't know, but this ain't working. He's miscast as badass heel, especially when he can't do it, and then the lines aren't badass or die. I don't care. It's brilliant. What the fuck? It's something that fucking 14-year-old says to their mom they're mad at. Are you fucking serious? It's Kenny Omega.
You die? Or I don't care.
I don't even care. Oh, good Lord. Somebody. Listen, I'm almost positive Garcia ends this fucking thing. And I'm almost positive it happens at the next pay-per-view. But good Lord, how long is that? November? That's too long.
You only have one more month. One more month as him as TNT champion.
All right. Then when's Omega come back?
Probably the end of the year. It's only two more months in the year. So
all right. So let's say we have 2.5 more months of this fucking Jack Perry push. Let's pray to God it just ends. Please. Please. I get it. Punk's an asshole. What do you want from me? You push Jack Perry? What are we doing? I don't understand why this is the punishment. But you punish the people who stay to watch. I don't understand why we get punished. Well, he's not. It's like the curtain call. Because he left, everybody else gets punished. Let me do that. All right. Sure.
Up next, we had the Elites, Kazuchika Okada, and the Young Bucks facing the conglomerations, Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, and Rocky Romero. This was your AEW Party Trios multi-man matchup of the night, but this got
Party Trios? Is that a euphemism for a fucking process?
No, That's usually what they say. It's the action-packed party match of the night. That's what they usually have with AEW. Okada and O'Reilly wasted no time picking up their scuffle from Wrestle Dream backstage and fighting in the ring here, trading forearms until a big boot from Okada brought in Nicholas Jackson. We get a blind tag from Cassidy, led to a double team with O'Reilly on the Bucks until Okada just ran through them, leaving Romero to snap off a Hurricane Rana. The conglomeration hit a series of dives before we went to a commercial break. Back from break, the Elite regained control, hitting a triple slingshot senton and posing, mainly isolating Orange. Orange battled back by using the Bucks on each other as weapons before trying a sunset flip on Okada, who flipped them off, only for him to just get up and tag Kyle O'Reilly. O'Reilly took the fight to Okada with a combo of kicks in the kitchen sink on Matthew. Nicholas fired off a super kick, but O'Reilly hit the Nigel McGuinness comeback lariat. O'Reilly avoided a Rainmaker into a guillotine, but Matthew hit a top rope elbow drop mid-move for a 2 count. Triple charge in the corner from the Elite as Okada hit the air raid crash neckbreaker for a 2 count. Romero comes in and he hits the Forever clotheslines on the Young Bucks. He tries for a slice spread on Okada, who counters into a tombstone power driver. The Bucks bring O'Reilly back inside the ring. They pump up their kicks, but take too long. So Orange comes in. A lot of focus on Orange Cassidy, really running wild and showing that he is taking things a little bit more serious now after the attack at Wrestle Dream. He hits a Stun Dog Millionaire on Okada and hits a high-low with O'Reilly to follow. The Bucks are in with the super kick party, but Romero's in with a spinning sliced bread. Matthew spikes him with a DDT, but then he gets spiked by a Cassidy DDT. Looks like Orange is going for the Orange Punch when Wheeler Yuta comes out of nowhere with a Psycho knee to cause the disqualification. The rest of the Blackpool Combat Club enter the ring. Jon Moxley, Marina Shafir, Claudio Castagnoli, and Pac. Meanwhile, the Elite go to the outside and are watching all the carnage go down in the ring. We have Pac, who has a briefcase that I assume has the AEW World Championship in it, as the BCC attack the conglomeration, leaving Cassidy surrounded by all 4 men, 4-on-1. The Elite are watching when Top Flight appear out of nowhere. They run to the ring with Action Andretti, but they get quickly dispatched. I love Action Andretti doing a fucking springboard, and he was trying to do a back elbow, and Moxley just steps in front of it and just punches him right in the back of the head. Like, I was like, it was like, this is the bullshit I'm talking about, basically. Love the look on the Elite's face as they're watching all of this.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Just have a look of confliction, but they're just like, I don't know if we want to get involved in this. You get Dark Order coming.
Look at that face.
Yeah, he does. He does. Dark Order comes down. They run down. They ask why the Elite aren't doing anything before hitting the ring themselves, but then they get quickly murked. You get Marina Shafir after Claudio takes off Alex Reynolds' belt. She starts hanging Alex Reynolds against the ring post. Meanwhile, in the ring, Evil Uno is getting yoked up by the AEW World Champion. You get Claudio and Wheeler Yuta. They grab a pair of steel steps and they smash it into the ribs of Alex Reynolds. Jon Moxley gets on the mic and it says, if you're involved in any way, shape, or form with All Elite Wrestling, you are under attack. If you don't like it, this is the cost of doing business. The BCC then lead through the crowd as Daniel Garcia, Private Party, Christopher Daniels, and security all come out to help everyone who was down and laid out. Nigel McGuinness has a great call. He says, while he doesn't support the Elite not doing anything, smarter minds prevailed tonight, and they didn't end up like the others. I was like, this was awesome. This might have been the second best, the second or third best segment of the night, because this post-match beatdown, just even if you are mad, it wasn't some of the top stars. The other great line on commentary was Excalibur, as all the baby faces are getting helped out. Excalibur says, Darby, we don't even know where Darby Allin has been. He has been unresponsive since Wrestle Dream, selling the fact that this man believes in his mind, and he sold it with his facial expressions during the post-match beatdown. He feels like all of this is his fault. He put his title shot on the line against Moxley to give him the title match against Bryan at Wrestle Dream, and then he didn't see the Wheel of Yuta turn coming, which caused him to have to watch Bryan Danielson get murdered on Saturday, and now he's not here because he's all in his mind and he's been unresponsive. He's Sting, basically.
But yeah, I've seen all this before. Seen all of this before, but when I watched it when I was fucking 8, I loved it. So I love it now. Why do you love it?
What's old is new again.
I love it now. This is great. The match was whatever. Who cares? Party match.
I enjoyed the match while it was, but it's more about the post match.
Yeah, party match. It's code for garbage, by the way.
That's your code. That's your code.
Party match. Absolutely. Moxley was great. Moxley and company were all great. All of them. Moxley, even Wheeler, who now dresses like Moxley. Of course he does. That was weird. Now he's wearing a fucking green pants and a white shirt. Whatever. It's a cult. Except Pac, who comes out in his fucking wrestling outfit.
He still comes out in his gear.
Full-fledged wrestling outfit. Fucking knee pads and all. This was great. I couldn't believe how well it was done. I thought we got the right mix of mid-carders with the Dark Order, who shouldn't even be here. But since they're here, they're perfectly beat up because they're originals. You get the high flyers coming out and getting fucked up. As you said, Moxley. It's exactly the bullshit I'm talking about. Bop! Right in the back of your stupid head. And then the Elite. I don't give Matt Jackson credit ever. This doesn't deserve it. But you deserve to hear that face he's making of what the fuck is this is so good. Okada looks confused. Like, this is kind of wild. Does this happen all the time, bro? Like, Matt looks like, no, this does not happen all the time. What the fuck is going on? That's so good. That was so good. I can't believe. I'll be nice. It was just very, very well done. Perfection.
We do have a super chat donation here from Chuck Berries. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support.
Weapon in hand, too. And Blackpool Combat's what they better wear out Kenny as long as they can. Hangman's going to come out here.
So much better. Last night was so much better. Last night was so much better than that. Chuck Berry says, I'm going to speak this into existence. A babyface elite turn. LOL.
What the fuck?
Just to see Jimmy rant indicible.
Sir, don't be this guy. I like you. I'm a fan. You're one of my favorites here. What are we doing? We cannot allow this to happen. You cannot ruin brilliance with fucking Disco Inferno and company beating the NWO. That is a heinous idea. Please don't do this. I'm asking you. Tony, I know you're watching. Please. Do the right thing here. You found something here. Do not fuck it up.
Am I the only one that believes that Marina Shafir is the one that scares me the most during these beatdowns? Like, she's always freaking looking like she's about to choke someone to death. And they always like they like filming something else, and then they cut over to Marina yoking someone.
Yes, she lacks in size. She makes up for it in pure violence. Her choking somebody on the fucking ring post is wild. Was it Reynolds? You poor bastard. Good Lord.
Oh man, that was great. Yeah, I really.
I mean, listen, there's a lack of stars they're beating up, which is an issue if it goes on any longer. I did love. Well, I know we're about to get to it, but then you guys seeing Private Party going, "Hey, you guys didn't do anything," as they were backstage. By the way.
Like, where the fuck were y'all? I wish they had Jim Ross on commentary so he could be like he did on Saturday. Like, where the hell were you guys?
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, Jim Ross is Salty JR is sometimes appropriate. I know there were some people who were complaining about Salty JR, but he was appropriate because he is the voice of some of us watching. Because I also were like, where the fuck were y'all when Bryan Danielson was getting murdered out here in his hometown?
Seriously. So good.
Oh man, it was so great. We got I make beats. It says Marina reminds me of many of my ex-girlfriends.
Good Lord. No, not that kind of violence. Well, you can't keep your hands to yourself.
Oh, yeah. And then they put the cherry on top. That's why I said the attack might have been second or third, because I thought that the post to this was almost as good as the post match with Daniel Garcia and Private Party confronting the Elite backstage as Arcuri Aura asks them why they didn't do anything. Garcia and Private Party storm in, questioning why there's no actions from the EVPs. They say that you were the guys that created this place. Now you're going to let these guys ruin it. Before Jack Perry tries to get in Daniel Garcia's face, he just fucking rubs his forehead against Garcia. And Garcia's just like, what are you trying to do? Like, I'm from New York, nigga. The Elite then leave. As Nicholas said, in due time, Garcia said he has a Private Party's back if they have his, and Zay and Quinn agree. So it seems like Private Party and Daniel Garcia are aligned now, and we will see how that alliance works as they will face the Elite, Jack Perry, and the Young Bucks next Wednesday on Dynamite. Yes, 2 matches announced for Dynamite a week in advance. What is this, 2020 again?
How can anybody take Jack Perry seriously? How? He doesn't even know how to do that right. So it's just because it doesn't come naturally to him. We know it doesn't come naturally to him because we've seen somebody get in his face and him not do that, which is the appropriate response somebody gets in your face. Nick looked great. He's got a great facial expression. And one of these pictures he got, Nick has a great facial expression, like, oh, this little. What is fucking thing? I say Puerto Rican?
Okay. Let me look it up.
He's got a face like this little motherfucker. He's got some heart into it. I thought he was a bitch, but look at him. Yeah,
he looked quite. Yeah, he did look quite impressed.
Nick was like, oh, okay. And then like the argument back and forth. Fucking somebody said, "Watch your mouth." I forgot who it was. I think it was Zay. Now that I think about it, it says, "Watch your mouth" as the Elite walk away. So good. This was outside of Jack. This was most really, really good. I mean, outside of Jack and outside of niggas saying, "Where were you?" when you also did nothing to do anything.
Y'all just came out. Yeah, he's Puerto Rican.
I get the vibes.
Romeo says, I got no clue what Garcia is, but that is his real name, claiming Hispanic in some way. Romeo, you now have to represent Daniel Garcia. He's Puerto Rican. We confirmed it. I just looked it up. Now you got to put on your arm sleeve whenever Garcia is on TV now, Romeo. I love that. I know Romeo. See, I know my friends. I know my friends very well. Get ready. He gonna have the arm sleeve, and you got to do the dance when he wins the TNT championship. Yes, I like the build for this matchup for next week with Garcia and Private Party. I expect them to win to set up the title matches at Full Gear.
Here's hoping. I don't much. I'm not gonna say I don't care, but Jack's bringing me down so much. I know. I can't explain it. It's like, I'll put it this way: like outside of Moxley and them, nothing on AEW. No, Punkin McIntyre's over. So outside of Moxley and them, nothing on wrestling TV makes me as happy as Jack Perry makes me sad. Nothing. Nothing.
Not the bloodline?
No.
You said no.
I wish it did, but it does not. You know what? Owens and Orton and Cody, maybe. That's really good. LA Knight for however long he's there on the show. Other than that, it's just like.
But they never give him. Why do they never give these mid card champions actual storylines? They just get challengers.
Yeah, it hurts. It's like we did our part. He's got the belt. You're welcome. You guys are welcome.
Like the only kind of feud that it counts as far as like the mid card titles for like the duration after WrestleMania was Sami Zayn and Chad Gable.
That was the other one. Yeah, I think that's the only
and LA Knight and Logan Paul.
That was fun for a while. They didn't go nearly far enough.
No.
He's got a podcast. He talks to TMZ. Why are we not doing all this stuff?
Why are you not having? Why is LA Knight taking a dump in his pool and not just invading him on his podcast where it could look like a shoot?
Right? And Logan Paul's got to play it clean. Like, so disappointed. I blame Jimmy Jacobs.
Yo, we gotta use that all rest of the year. That's the new joke. I said that to Romeo today. I was like, that's the new joke, yo. That's the new joke. He says, I make B says, could you count Melo and Andrade? It's not for a mid-card title, so I can't count it.
Yeah. And that's kind of like the odd piece out, for lack of a better word. He's the Rock in the fucking Kurt Angle Triple H storyline.
And let's be 100% real. I really much enjoyed the matches. I very much enjoyed the best of sevens, and I know Jimmy has as well. But it's just been matches, to be quite frank. Like they have put little to no effort in actually building a storyline around it.
Like what? I'm darker than you are, and you're black. What story are we supposed to thread?
Triple H does not see color; he sees talent, and these guys.
Right, so he can't even use that. What do you want to do? Two good wrestlers. What do you want from me?
Oh man, we got Will Chisholm. It says, "Is it true? Kevin Owens got a new deal." They WrestleVotes reported on the Backstage Pass on Sportskeeda's Patreon that he is close to signing a new deal, which I assume he's gonna.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see why he would leave. He is frequently featured. I've been acting like Kevin Owens. He is frequently featured on the show to a level some people may think is more than he perhaps should be.
And people being Jimmy Macram.
I mean, he gets more time than LA Knight does. No disrespect. It's 2024. No disrespect. No disrespect. None at all.
You usually are disrespecting someone whenever you say that. With all due respect,
I like KL. Very talented. In all aspects of the game. It's 2020.
Ace saying, when is Action Flight versus BCC match? That's on Collision, I believe, on Saturday. But we'll get into how they set that up later in the show. And Big Man Dogs, this is exactly why I said what I said, because yes, people saying where's the story are now glazing Andrade and Melo having 7 heatless bangers.
It's not heatless, to be fair. It starts heatless. And then halfway through, like, all right, it's these two.
Oh, right, this is really good.
That's fucked up.
Oh, man. But next up, we go to the ring for Shelton Benjamin's in-ring debut on AEW. He's got new music. He gets a loud ovation from the San Jose crowd with his new music and everything. We get dueling chants early on for both men. And this was basically a size and strength versus speed and agility type matchup, even though Shelton is known for his agility as well. Rush tried using a misdirection, but Benjamin mowed him down with a tackle. Lio battled back with the speed and sending Benjamin to the floor. He tried for a dive, but Benjamin hits this sick-looking step-up knee using the apron and hitting Lio right in the top of his dome. An overhead throw slam, a rush, and things went to a break with Benjamin in full control. Benjamin throws Lio into the turnbuckle, launching him to the floor out of the corner. He manages to battle back. He hits a low bounce back stunner on Benjamin. Benjamin was set outside, and then Lio was finally able to hit multiple low pays back inside. Lio leapt up and hit a cutter before heading up top for the rush for the final hour. But Benjamin was able to fire off a spinning comeback kick. Rush flipped out of a T-bone suplex and spun into an enziguri before hitting a tornado DDT, spiking Benjamin down for a 2 count. Lio took way too long to go up to the top rope once again for the final hour, so Benjamin was able to scale the ropes and hits his massive superplex, step-up superplex. The crowd popped very loud for that one, seeing a signature Shelton Benjamin move. He then hits a kind of awkward looking flatliner type move. He hits a couple of release German suplex. The first one was just ridiculous, where he launches Lio halfway across the ring. He then hits another one, hits that awkward looking pop-up flatliner, but then he ends things with his former signature move from back in like 2004, 2005, an explosive looking T-bone suplex for the 1-2-3. Shelton Benjamin picking up the victory in what I thought was a very good matchup here. Post-match, MVP gives a business card, a Hurt Syndicate business card to Lio Rush. And then MVP says that Rush opened his mouth, so Benjamin made it a point to close it. MVP can't make a better statement than what Benjamin just did, but will say, Swerve Strickland, he knows he's watching. Strickland needs to remember his position, as this is his future. They need to finish what they started at Wrestle Dream with Shelton Benjamin staring him right in the face. It was announced by Tony Khan following the matchup that it is official. Shelton Benjamin is hashtag All Elite, signing with All Elite Wrestling. We then went to the back when we come back from commercial break, and we hear from Renee Paquette, who is backstage with Swerve Strickland and Prince Nana, who apparently are there tonight. As Swerve said, it was impressive what Shelton did to Lio. Swerve accepts the challenge anywhere, anytime, anyhow, and make it happen. Strickland tells Benjamin that he has set a lot of records in collegiate background, but how many of those records are bones? Because he has a couple himself. He tells Benjamin not to fail when coming at him, and he says, just in case they forgot, whose house? And the crowd responds in the arena, Swerve's house. And it was made official later on in the night. Not only did we get 2 matches set up for next week, we got a damn match announced for 2 weeks from now. What is this, 2019? Swerve Strickland will go one-on-one with Shelton Benjamin on Fright Night, AEW Dynamite on October 30th in 2 weeks' time. What did you think about Shelton Benjamin versus Lio Rush, as well as Swerve Strickland accepting the challenge from MVP?
Shelton looked great. Shocked at how explosive he still is. He was an insane athlete. Jesus, still 24. 20 years ago. He's still a really good athlete now. And I gotta give Lio Rush credit. He bumped like a motherfucker. That super kick in particular looked heinous. That was really good. MVP was fine. Swerve was also fine. Shocked by the promos on the show. Had Cole, well, besides Moxley, because Cole, MJF, Swerve, it was just, That doesn't give Swerve a bit of a break. He didn't say much. What he had to say was unimpressive. Yeah. I mean, I'm here for Swerve and Benjamin. In 2 weeks? Okay.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
So are we doing Lashley then? Are we waiting?
I mean,
would you put it over? You have Swerve lose again?
No, you have Swerve beat Shelton, but I think that it makes more sense that MVP has faith in Shelton to get the job done. So him losing leads to the following week when I think they go head to head with NXT, because NXT is moving nights because of election night, and you have Bobby debut on the next week's episode.
The election night episode? That makes sense if we were in the fighting mood, but I think.
I mean, yeah, based on what they did last week, yeah, I don't know.
I don't think so. Fucking Jack Perry versus Shibata week. Yeah, I don't know. I'm here for it. I'm here for whatever happens. I think the storyline's been relatively well done. Not impressive, but competent. That's probably a good way to put it. Not
it's been
Tony
effective
Khan,
to me.
Jimmy Jacobs.
We do have another super chat donation, this time from Genesis J. Thank you so much, Genesis J, for the support. As always, we appreciate y'all.
Let's fucking go.
He says, and I thought that Sammy sold the best super kick. Lio Rush soul came out of him on Shelton's super kick. Love this match. I enjoyed. I thought this match would be good, but I thought it was very good. It impressed me because Lio Rush he was getting launched. Like
that was impressive. What's his contract look like? He in AEW?
Yeah, he signed officially with AEW. Lio Rush.
I'm sure. Okay. Some niggas can't get out their own way. It's kind of sad. What the fuck? All right. You ended up here regardless. Sure. We'll call it a win.
Hey, he got what he wanted. Some black people being pushed. He got what he wanted. It's just not you. We got Annika who says this reminded me of Isaiah and how he flipped for Keith Lee. You gotta have a good loser to get a bigger winner. Yeah, that is a good comparison. That is a good comparison.
Very good. Yeah. We finally learned a lesson from fucking Ricochet, who should be coming up here soon. Why don't you put Shelton in there with fucking somebody just as strong? Why don't you do Shelton versus fucking Ospreay? And then look at he's just as a flesh. Idiots. They figured it out now. You figured it out.
It is the exact opposite of how they beat Ricochet. You can have him face someone that is competent, make it a 10-minute matchup, but he takes most of the match. That's how they booked this one in comparison to Ricochet's first 2 to 3 matches.
Disgusting. But hey, we're here now. Call it a win.
Call it a win. We got Big Man Dogs. He says, I wish AEW had a Halloween-themed pay-per-view. Halloween Havoc is the best pay-per-view.
I did like Halloween Havoc back in the day. I ain't gonna hold you.
Halloween Havoc is next Sunday. It's an NXT show now. Oh. They're doing Julia and Stephanie Vaquera versus Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. like I predicted last week.
I can't explain to you how extra words made that so uninteresting. You were like, they're doing Julia and Stephanie Vaquera versus oh. Oh,
the first 2 days, he got excited.
Ooh, it's a big match. You can do it. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most interesting match on that card so far because they're doing Oba and Tony D'Angelo, which like I said, I think they out of the 2 shows last week, they had the best match on either show, despite me giving Orton and Javon Evans a match of the night for NXT. I think that Tony D and Oba on a second viewing is the best match that was on either show last week. But they're making it a tables, ladders, and scares match, which I'm like, these are not 2 guys. These are not 2 guys that I think are going to be that good in a ladder match setting.
It could be fun. It's just a hardcore match.
True.
And I assume it's
a ladder.
But so they put the belt on top. Well, this is so Oba doesn't take a pen, which he should.
Yeah, that's what I thought. When that came up, I was like, why would you do that? Oh, they don't want Oba to take another pin. Okay, that makes sense. And then they're doing, for some fucking stupid ass reason, the main event is Trick Williams versus Ethan Page 3 in a Devil's Playground match.
What is that?
I don't know.
Oh, Sean's out of his fucking mind. I'm here for it.
It's basically a no DQ match.
Oh, ugh. I just saw the NXT ratings, not the big ratings, 6 whatever, but the quarter hours. Starts off really good, and then they go to what's his face? Pillman Jr.
Lexus King, yeah. Yo, they did not care. Like, they was like, we're not on the road anymore. Let's bring out Lexus King, Brooks Jensen, Ridge Holland will get a match. Come on.
Like, who are these people? I'd bring Ego up. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I think Ego's ready. I think Ego's got the personality that would fit on the main roster.
Yeah, he can have like a fun feud with a couple people.
But I just don't like my whole thing. The reason it's no hate on Ego. Sometimes just like people who are good personalities and good characters and good guys on the mic, they aren't gonna mesh with everybody. They're not the in-ring guy that like someone like a Melo Andrade is. They just not gonna mesh with certain people. And I don't think he meshed very well with Trick Williams and what Trick Williams does.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not sure how many people Trick fucking meshes with. This is two people who I don't think are great in the ring, at least. No disrespect. The new Miz. He is kind of like the new Miz. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
And we won't be sick of it because Miz been around for forever. Yeah.
He's like Miz with an extra 50 pounds.
Yeah. Fucking good promo. Fine in the ring. He's not going to hurt himself. He's not going to hurt anybody else. It's going to be a boring match, but it's only going to be 8 minutes. Who cares? Yeah. I like it.
They should have parlayed him and Punk having that interaction into Punk doing a mini feud for his call up ahead of Survivor Series on TV. Then, just do it on TV, but have a good main event.
Listen, as much as I'm here for it, and I've gotten more and more faith in his health. I always had faith in his skill. Now I've got more faith in his health. I know you don't care as much as I do, but when they took that superplex spot through the fucking table, Hell in a Cell, I shat my pants. I went, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we doing this? I don't know if we can risk one of his matches on All Ego. I like Ethan Page, but let's not lose our fucking minds here.
Let's not get out of control, dog.
He's going to get hurt. I'd rather he get hurt against Gunther, against All Ego. No disrespect. I'd like to make some money on this fucking thing if I could.
Hey, you got to kill him with a smile. Kill him with a smile. Ego. I love that thing.
You know what?
That theme song has grown on me. I can't front.
Yeah, Ego's great. You know what?
It might be because of Booker. It might be he be like, kill him with a smile. Kill him with a smile.
I'm sorry. I can't take him seriously with that hair. Booker looks so silly.
Quack, moment of the night.
Yeah, you know what? You guys sold me on it. SP3 and Big Man Dog. So Ethan's the safest wrestler ever. So you know what? Punk and Ethan, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, go to sleep. Everybody's happy. Yeah, I'm not mad.
I agree. Yeah, like it doesn't have to be long. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. You only see 7 minutes of it because the commercials in between.
Oh, by the way, I saw some people complaining about the DC thing around the AEW ring, which I get. I mean, it looks goofy, but what do you want? I guarantee you, here's my new prediction. WWE will have more than one product placement on the mat eventually. It'll be like a boxing ring.
It will be like the one in the middle and all four corners.
And this might be a little out there. I'm going with Cody. He seems like the first guy. Eventually, Russ will be wearing shit on their jackets, on their entrance gear. And Cody probably first up. Mr. fucking Captain America over here. Ew. Because Nick Khan doesn't play. He's about his money. Nah. If he can get it, he'll get it.
Exactly. That is true. That is definitely true. All right. Up next, we had the Don Callis family press conference. Tony Schiavone is in the ring for the special press conference with Don Callis. He welcomes him out to the ring reluctantly. Walks out Don Callis with Lance Archer looking like Drew McIntyre when he was in Impact Wrestling and ROH TV champion Brian Cage. Callis said that there are no real journalists in pro wrestling, so he'll answer all the questions about his family himself. He says last week he acquired Lance Archer Now he wants to take the tag team titles after getting a taste of those belts at Grand Slam. So he has got the services of the new Ring of Honor TV champion, Brian Cage. And these two men will bring Don Callis that gold now after getting that taste. Callis then brings out the two men everyone has been talking about. The new AEW International Champion, Konosuke Takeshita, and Kyle Fletcher. Callis said the Alpha and himself are going to every corner of the globe to defend the title, the international title, and Takeshita said that he'll defend his title all over the world. And he says, if you want it, come take it. Says this all in English. My man Takeshita. Take soup. Let's go. Fletcher gets on the mic, and he says all he's heard since Saturday is why, Kyle, why? That's the problem. Everyone wants to talk Will Ospreay when the Don Callis family is having its biggest night in history. Fletcher says, why, Kyle, why? He says, you really want to know why he did what he did? Too bad.
Oh,
Callis
shit, this stinks.
That the family has never been stronger than today. And it is announced for Collision. Kyle Fletcher will be in action for the first time since his heel turn at AEW Wrestle Dream when he faced Atlantis Jr., the man that defeated him in Arena, Mexico for the Ring of Honor TV Championship this past summer. He goes one-on-one with him Saturday on Collision. What did you think about this promo and any additional layoff thoughts first on what you saw at Wrestle Dream with the three-way with Takeshita, Ospreay, and Ricochet, and the heel turn from Kyle Fletcher?
Heel turn fucks Fletcher big time, but what do you want? At least you get to wrestle fucking Ospreay at least one more time. Get a paycheck. Takeshita was great here. Takeshita looks like a star. Well, he's always looked like a star, but now with the outfit and the belt, which looks perfect on him, and he had his hair down instead of in a ponytail. He just felt even more like a star. I'm sorry, I know I'm a Takeshita mark, but it worked big time, big time. Natasha looks ridiculous. On the flip side of that, you look silly. I don't know what Drew looked like in 2018, but if it looked like this, then that's why it didn't work then, and it works, and it works now. I don't want to be rude because I'm very happy about Kyle Fletcher. And Don Callis is greatest per always. And in this group, this assortment without Will Ospreay works much better because Ospreay's too big for that. He just is.
Yeah.
Takeshi's probably as high as you can get without being too big for this. Kyle Fletcher stunk. I'm sorry. I turned around on him as babyface Kyle Fletcher. It just worked. He flips. He's excitable. Too excitable. Please stop yelling. It just worked. But then it's this heel thing where why, Kyle, why? First of all, already we're in cliche territory. Already we stink. And then not giving us the why because you don't deserve an explanation. Great. That's a nice way of telling me you don't actually have one. You guys didn't think this all out, and you don't know why he turned, but fuck it. And Kyle, it's just not his bag. I'm gonna be nice. It's not his fault. He didn't book the heel turn. That's probably his friend, Hollywood. But yeah.
I want to face Brian Knobbs. I would say that Kyle Fletcher looked so much. I don't know if you've seen the movie. Have you seen Barbie?
No.
He looks like Ryan Gosling when he turns heel in Barbie. He turned heel. Spoiler alert for a movie that's been out for a year and a half. He turns heel in Barbie, and that's who Kyle Fletcher looks like. He looks like Ken when Ken finds out that men rule the world.
Good Lord. I can see that. It's the hair on his face, the jean jacket. Like, what are we doing?
He screams douche. I will say the look works for a heel turn. The looks very much.
Oh yeah, he looks like a douche. To be clear, that part they nailed. But once he starts talking, it all goes away.
This is why you have Don Callis. Don Callis should do most of the talking.
And then wait, to get in the ring and do what?
Even he should do. Don Callis should do more of the talking for Kyle Fletcher than he should for Take Soup, because Take can talk now. He can speak English.
I mean, yes. I gotta be honest. I'll say it for the Japanese thing. I'll tell you. He sounds so. I know this is my American bias because I've been raised on these movies. He sounds like a Japanese villain from somewhere.
He does.
Yes.
He does.
Yeah. Listen. Sold. He's a different kind of heel. Apparently, they're taking on all comers. Everybody catches fade. I'm here for it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And they looked intimidating as a crew now.
They do, actually.
With Cage and Lance Archer.
Yeah, they look like a group of killers. I mean, outside of Kyle Fletcher, sticks out like a sore thumb in that group. I think he's the only one not wearing black now that I think about it.
He needs to just do the shit that would annoy you when he was babyface. And just...
Yeah. But yeah, this is what version of the family is this? 4, 5? We've done a lot of versions of this fucking group.
Okay, the original family was what was it? Takeshita, Ospreay, Hobbs, and Guevara.
Right.
Then they dropped Guevara, and it was those three, and they added Kyle Fletcher. Then it was, this is the third version.
Well, they dropped Ospreay too.
Yeah, well, yeah, they dropped Ospreay. I would just say it all came at once because, pretty much because when Ospreay came into AEW, they were still acting like he was still a part of the family, and around that same time, that's when Powerhouse Hobbs goes down. So you drop Ospreay and Powerhouse Hobbs, and now they finally put together the third version.
Okay, all right, not that many. This is fine.
Yeah.
We got to keep it like this though. Maybe add another bum or two to get hurt.
I would love if they try Powerhouse Hobbs as a babyface. He comes out and he's like, "What the fuck? You trying to move on without you replace me with the nigga I used to run with, Brian Cage?"
Didn't they have Gates of Agony? Oh, I'm Cage. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Gates of Agony can be a tag team on their own.
Sure.
In Ring of Honor.
Let's believe it was the heel, Fletcher or Roxanne. Roxanne can talk, but I don't buy anything she says. Like, it all sounds good, but it's like, you're still 5 foot. Come on. And Fletcher is just, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Well, Fletcher's somebody you don't have to explain. You just have to turn it on. All right, this guy's a bad guy. Watch this. Ew. I don't see it. I'm going to go with Fletcher. So some people, not me, but some people buy Roxanne. I don't, but people do. So I'm going to go with Fletcher's less believable.
Hey, Fletcher got heat here. He at least got some heat here.
Did he?
Yeah.
Standing there looking like a fucking anime villain. Like, this stinks. No disrespect.
Renee Paquette is backstage with AEW Women's World Champion Mariah May. May says she is upset everyone was drooling about Willow Nightingale after Wrestle Dream, despite her being the one who won, and why the woman she killed is on magazine covers, referring to Toni Storm in the PWI Women's 250. She's never gotten her celebration with Mina Shirakawa. You got Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, faking an injury. Thunder Rosa is out. Who will step up? What is Christopher Daniels even doing? Good question. They said AEW isn't where the best wrestle. It's where the best are afraid of the glamour. Anna Jay storms in, knocking the AEW Women's World title out of Mariah May's hand. They get into a physical altercation where May grabs her by the chin. Christopher Daniels is trying to pull May away, but May ducks as Anna Jay slaps Christopher Daniels in the face. Deserved. And May bails as Jay apologizes to Daniels, who said it's okay. This sets up Mariah May going one-on-one with Anna Jay at AEW Battle of the Belts 12 coming up this Saturday in an eliminator matchup.
Good Lord.
This might have been Mariah May's best promo since her heel turn.
No, Mariah May was fucking great. She was fantastic here. And she has a bunch of shit to say. I liked it. It worked for me. You put the picture manager again.
I was just about to delete it too.
What kind of face is this? Is this a wrestler? What is this? She yelled at by her dad? What the?
She looked like she just huffed like. She looked like Stephanie Tanner. Like, how rude.
Huffing and puffing ass picture. What is going on? Mariah May was great. That's all we gotta say. Mariah May. Yes, I made beats. That is next girlfriend flashback. That is, I just said something I shouldn't have said, and now you're about to cry. And I'm gonna apologize, even though I'm fucking right. Whatever. Yeah, Mariah May was great. I'm here for it. As far as NJ goes, long as this ends at Battle of the Belts, we'll call it a win.
Yeah.
We'll call it a win. Then nobody's gonna win.
You don't need to go that far with having Anna Jay win this one.
Do you think this is it's a qualifier?
Yes, eliminator.
Oh, she's winning. God damn it. God damn it. I forgot what I was gonna ask. All right, is Battle of the Belts part of this fucking deal?
Yeah, apparently this is the last Battle of the Belts scheduled.
Ooh, here's hoping. It's a waste of time.
They're doing away with Battle of the Belts and Battle of the Belts and Rampage. They're going away with. As of right
it's
now.
a waste of time. I was gonna say it's a waste of resources, but they don't really spend any resources on Battle of the Belts, so just time.
They barely defended belts at Battle of the Belts. One last time for the road. Backstage, we get Renee Paquette, and she is with Ricochet. She asks if he was
choices here.
She asks if he was too focused on Will Ospreay during his three-way matchup at Wrestle Dream, and Ricochet says no, and he's never been hit harder as he was hit by Konosuke Takeshita, but reminds us that it was Will who got pinned, not him.
Ooh.
He hasn't been beaten since being in AEW, and he says to be the best in the world, you don't need two lackeys behind you trying to make you look good. So he challenges Takeshita to show up at AEW Collision as he is sending out an open challenge to anyone on the roster, and he'll prove why Ricochet is out of this world. This leads to, after AEW went off the air, the open challenge was accepted by AR Fox, who has a lot of history with Ricochet. They really made their name with one another on the independent scene about a decade ago, and they will go one-on-one on AEW Collision this Saturday from Stockton, California. Any thoughts on this?
Ricochet's voice is awful. Sorry.
Tell us how you really feel, sir.
It just is. It's no disrespect. Not everybody has a voice for whatever line of work they want to be in. But what he said was fine. I like what he said. I liked where it's going to lead, apparently. I'm going to guess Ricochet and Takeshita at some point.
Yeah.
With Takeshita winning. Clean in any other place, but since you were Ospreay's fan, not clean, probably. Yeah, it was quick and painless. It didn't bother me.
No. I like Ricochet being positioned as the challenge, probably the pay-per-view challenger for Takeshita. We got Annika who says, yes, Lucha Underground Part 2. Yes, 2 stalwarts of Lucha Underground right there. And Frantic World says, yeah, we getting Ricochet versus Fox.
Well, I'm glad they got you excited. Sure. Ricochet versus AR Fox. Good Lord. What the fuck? Poor AR Fox. What did he do? What did he do again? He lied about something?
He didn't tell them that he had issues with his visa.
Oh, it worked out for Swerve.
Yeah.
So Swerve cares about.
Swerve's all right. Christian's all right. Christian took the spot. He was fine. Darby, Sting is fine. So everybody else
hurt was AR Fox. Poor bastard.
Poor bastard. Then we get another great segment from the BCC. We just randomly, it was like out of nowhere. We just went from this backstage segment with Ricochet to we gotta go backstage. We gotta go. I was like, this is the 1996 Nitro field that I need. We go backstage, and the BCC are continuing the assault on the same motherfuckers they were beating up earlier. Dark Order, Top Flight, and Action Andretti. They laid them all out once again. We get Action Andretti jumping off fucking production cases. We see randomly, they did it again. Marina Shafir, who is yoking up Darius Martin with her legs, hanging up
racist
on a rail.
Ass Marina Shafir. She's always beating up this brother, and it's the darker one of the group. So is this guy.
Oh, the BCC, they fucking bail. They leave in their pickup truck like some fucking gangsters. John Silver, the crowd, we hear the crowd audibly laugh as John Silver is chasing after the pickup truck and over to Evil Uno, who cut one of his best promos ever. He tells the camera that Dark Order has been there since day one and works for AEW. They don't work for the BCC. It doesn't matter where or when. If the Blackpool Combat Club wants a fight, they'll give it to them. Top Flight then take the camera. Dante Martin says BCC are going to have to go through them if they want to make a change. And they say it's Top Flight and Action Andretti who challenged the BCC for Collision this Saturday.
You're going to have to go through us.
They just did. Twice.
Right? What's that, Infinity War? He's never beaten me. Yes, he has. He's never beaten me twice. Except in this case, he's never beaten me 3 times.
Never beat me 3 times.
Oh, this was fun. I gotta say, this was fun. I enjoyed it.
I just love how it's just chaotic. It just looks so chaotic.
It does. The BCC feels like they've stepped out of a different TV show. It's like flipping between Nitro and fucking Rampage. It's like, I don't know what we're watching, but I'm here for all of it. Well, most of it. Once you forget that these people can't do anything to the BCC, right? Once you erase that from your mind, this is all really interesting. Though we know where this goes. It's just a fucking loss on Collision and a loss whenever they fight Dark Order, whenever that is. Listen, this is not a bad
Do it on next week's Dynamite. Why not? Okay.
Please. Then we got to step up. All right, next is Orange Cassidy and them, right? Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know what? I'm enjoying it, so I'm not going to complain. Whatever.
Oh, you know how they do it? You know how they're going to do Jericho wins? BCC costs Mark Briscoe.
Ooh. I want them near Chris Jericho. Is Moxley strong enough to fight the Jericho Vortex?
No, it's more about Mark Briscoe than it is about Jericho. We're just getting Mark Briscoe out of Ring of Honor for now, so he could be with the conglomeration, feuding with BCC for a little bit, at least on the build.
Then you bring up some more questions. Why wouldn't they murder Chris Jericho, who one would imagine is the fucking face of the issues with this company? Outside of Jimmy Jacobs, obviously.
Hey, Jericho's the other scapegoat. A lot of things get blamed on Jericho.
Very true. Very true. It's my hatred with Tony Khan originates. And blame Chris Jericho for what? Oh, the teleportation of Matt Hardy. How long ago does that feel? Yeah, this was good. Oh, that's a good example. This was good.
I enjoyed it. Definitely enjoyed it. And then finally, we get our main event: Christian Cage going one-on-one with the Switchblade, Jay White. Christian is, of course, brought to the ring by Nick and Mother Wayne, while Switchblade Jay White is there with the Bang Bang Gang. This was a much slower paced matchup than I was expecting originally. Cage immediately took a powder. We get extended lockup until White drops Cage with a big chop. We get hard corner buckles from Cage as White sank in a Muda lock, kind of taking his time to get into the submission hold. Despite not using it at all, referee Bryce Renberg ejects the Bang Bang Gang for grabbing a steel chair after Nick Wayne tries to bring it into the ring. But Robinson and Colton attack and drag Nick Wayne to the back, with Mother Wayne following as we go to commercial break. We come back from commercial break. Christian gets the advantage by doing the reverse DDT onto the apron. Cage hung White on the top and managed a reverse DDT again on the edge of the ring. We get a tornado DDT back into the ring for a 2 count from Cage. He signaled for the spear when out of nowhere, Kip Sabian appears out of the crowd. He runs distraction and it leads to Hangman Adam Page coming onto the apron. But it was like they missed their cue, or Kip Sabian came too early. That Kip was the cue for Page to interfere, but they still had a bunch of time left. So Hangman had to basically hang outside, right outside of the apron of the ring. Kip Sabian goes back into the crowd, sitting in the front row. Cage managed a sunset flip for a 2 count off the second rope, but then we get Hangman kicking out. Cage hung White again over the top rope and charge. White countered with a Uranagi for a 2 count. He tried to go for the Blade Runner, but Christian was able to reverse into a kill switch, but White is able to kick out. Cage opted for some trash talk, so he gets hit with a flatliner. White wanted a German suplex, but he opted for a Saito suplex. Cage fought off a superplex attempt and hits a top rope headbutt for a 2 count. Then Kip Sabian again runs distraction for the referee as Jay White goes for the Blade Runner. This leads to Hangman finally going on the apron. He hits the buckshot lariat on Jay White. He then goes out of the ring to hide as Christian is able to go for the cover. He gets the cover 1, 2, 3. Christian Cage defeats Jay White. And then they hilariously pan over to Hangman Adam Page, who's just laying there like a mannequin, all bug-eyed, on the floor as Christian held up his world championship contract to celebrate, as we close the show with Jay White laughing at the fact that Hangman has once again become a thorn in his side as Christian leaves victorious. I thought this match would be better. I thought it was a solid main event, but I was expecting a little bit more from this, especially with the time given. And I think it had to do with somewhat the slower pace combined with the miscued finish with Kip Sabian and Hangman Adam Page.
Well, miscue definitely heard. Slow pace, I expected, these two. Like a build didn't help either. And I don't mean like weeks build. Yeah. I mean like on the show. The fuck? Yeah. Overall, though, it was fine. I don't know if it should have been the main event spot, which is a strange thing to say, because these are 2 upper mid carders, but I don't know. It just felt the lack of build hurt a lot for me. It just feels like a random pairing. Apparently it has to do with Jay wanting revenge. How does Jay want get revenge? By beating somebody in a match, of course.
It felt like there was too much time, like on the post match after the win, that I would have done this in reverse, where we had the backstage attack by BCC before the main event. I would have done it after the main event, and we close with Dark Order and Top Flight cutting those promos as BCC rides off on the pickup truck.
I was with you until you said we quit ending on Dark Order. We're not doing that. We can end on John Silver running. We can do that. We gotta cut the promos though. That's how. Yeah. Niggas driving away in the truck is hilarious.
That's fair. But yeah, we got Annika says this was a strange choice to be the main event. Just me. I think if they would have done promos, it could have felt like the main event. But they didn't do anything.
Why would you want to hear Christian Cage and or Jay White speak?
Because they're two of the best talkers in the company.
That's, you know what? That's not a bad point. Maybe you should have them talk. What do I know? Blame Jimmy Jacobs.
Genesis J says, never thought I'd see the day where Jay could actually work as a babyface, but he sure can. I think I saw it a little during the Bang Bang Scissor Gang botched presentation, because I saw that he could work to the crowd, but he has really kind of mastered how he can still do his counter and baiting type work as a babyface.
He's really good. Jay White's fantastic. If I was with AEW, be one of my main eventers. Jay White is splendid.
Big Man Dog says you could see Christian waving Sabian down, and I think Hangman ran out because he saw Sabian get up. Then we get some very awkward 5 minutes of wrestling until they repeated the spot. Exactly. That's what I said. I was like, Kip Sabian missed his cue. He got up on the apron too early, but he was the cue for Hangman to come out, and Hangman thought it was time, and then they had to repeat the spot.
Overall, though, considering how awful that could have went, I'm giving props to everybody for how bad it went. It went bad, but not as bad as it could have went. Yeah. Good on everybody.
No. We got I Make Beats. It says, I like the idea of the Buckshot being the move to win Christian the match. Sounds good on paper. Yeah, it was just
I like it because of the pay-per-view match where he couldn't get it. Like, now I got it, motherfucker. You lost.
Because he wasn't ready for it. He wasn't ready. He had a different game plan for Christian. So he says, on a level of how much you fucked up, I mean, he says 5 stars.
Yeah, this is I mean, when are we doing the Hangman match, you think? Full Gear?
I think it's going to be Jay, and I think it was so great at Wrestle Dream. I think they're going to run it back at Full Gear. Probably should add a stipulation of some kind, though.
Then I'm with Big Man Dogs on this. We could have did Jay and Christian for half a second, because AEW does. I'm just the AEW. Wrestling does it in general. You know what? Triple H might do it more than everybody else. Where everything interesting, we're gonna burn through this shit in a day, and then we're running through shit just to wait around for 4 weeks. When we could have spread the shit out over. We do all the title changes at SummerSlam. When we could have fucking spread this shit out, we'd have something to watch. This makes no sense. Why we rush to fucking Christian and Jay? We could have had some fun with it until Christian Hangman was ready. Oh.
I agree with that. That is true. They should have stretched this out. At least done an in-ring promo this week to set it up for next week.
There you go. Let me get Jay White and Christian for promo exchange. Oh my God.
Would have been much better. Much better. But what did you guys think about AEW Dynamite? We appreciate y'all for joining us live and sounding off in the live chat. As always, love interacting with all of you guys. So we want to hear your thoughts. Final call for super chat donations if you want to send your support to what we do here on AEWramble, but also let us know your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give the show? For me and Jimmy, for the October 16th, 2024 edition of AEW Dynamite, in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from me and Jimmy. I think it's the first time in 2 weeks we've both had thumbs up for the show. Jimmy, what did you give the show out of 10?
I'm going to go with a 7. I consider 7.5. I'm gonna go for 7.
I got to go 7.5. I'll go 7.5.
I nailed it, then. I knew it. BCC was great, and a couple good matches. I'll take it.
Yeah, a couple of good matches. The overall, and we got show long narratives back, so I think that's why we're both on a positive, because this is something that this is one of the bigger good takeaways from the Elite first month storyline was the show long narrative. And that was the thing we enjoyed the most out of that first month of the Elite storyline. And we have it back with this BCC storyline. And this has greater potential for what they have set up from the ending of Wrestle Dream throughout the show. But I like the show long narrative with the BCC coming through and really kind of helping this show out a lot. Who was your MVP for the show, Jimmy?
I'm gonna go with Nigel. I thought Nigel was great this whole episode, and you know what? He even improved Excalibur and Tony Schiavone, who were better than usual. We'll say they were fine instead of poor.
I'm gonna go with Jon Moxley. That promo at the beginning of the show, the promo during the beatdown, the overall leadership that he's been showing for BCC and them taking over. So got to give it to Moxley for this week. And then who is your LVP for the show, Jimmy?
Jack Perry. I'm not going to give it to Dummy this week. Stop calling him. I'm not going to give it to Tony Khan this week. He gets it most weeks. Jack Perry. Even though it's not really his fault, he's in a bad position. I'm not going to do.
I'll give it to Christopher Daniels. He got slapped across the face. He didn't tell
hatred
the
of authority figures. Your hatred of bold authority figures.
He didn't even call up the baby faces to tell them, yo, BCC is running amok out there, and have them come out earlier before Dark Order and Top Flight got murked. So Christopher Daniels is LVP. Match of the night, Jimmy.
Who cares? BCC. Which one did the BCC interfere in? That one.
The Elite versus Conglomeration is your match of the night.
No. No, absolutely not.
I'm going to give it to Shelton Benjamin and Lio Rush.
Sure, let's go with that one. They're black. I only see color.
I see color. All right, Jimmy. That brings us to a close on AEWramble this week. Appreciate you for joining me. Appreciate all of y'all for joining us live. If you're watching us on demand, appreciate you as well. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought about this week's AEW Dynamite. Jimmy, let everybody know where they can follow you on social media, what you got going on your channel.
You know what? No plug, but do yourself a favor and find the interview Charlamagne did with Kamala Harris. Not because I care about politics, but her voice over the phone. You'd be interested in it. That's all I'll say.
He's like, that's the one I would vote for.
Dude. Politics is swayed so very easily. Good Lord.
Don't listen to this nigga when it comes to politics. I'm going to give a plug for Jimmy's channel because he does great work over there. He's watching The Penguin. I've been having a lot of fun watching The Penguin and then watching Jimmy's reaction to The Penguin. And also we got The Bear as well as Atlanta that he's going to have up on his channel pretty soon, but he watches The Office. He watches different movies for the first time. So Jimmy does great work over on his channel. So go over and subscribe over there if you haven't already. Subscribe to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel if you haven't already, and drop the thumbs up on this video. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at True Hill SP3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at True Hill Heat. Patreon.com/True Hill Heat. We're still in the revamping element of the Patreon, but we're going to come back with some new content, some interesting stuff that we can do over there as well, some new shows. So be on the lookout for that. And of course, you can hit the join button and become a member of the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, where you get early access to any and all of our interviews. Check out our latest interview with Sami Callihan, talking about his TNA contract status, as well as the WWE NXT TNA working relationship. So a lot of great stuff that we talked about there. And of course, you could join us back here tomorrow, 1:05 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be live with Jay News for our NJPW Royal Quest 4 preview. I'll be live at Royal Quest on Sunday here in the UK, but it's going to be a great time with me and Jay News previewing that show. And of course, join us live on Saturday, 11:05 a.m. Eastern time, the True Hill Heat flagship podcast. No Chrissy Love, no True Jaw Joss this week for $2.99. I'll be joined by Scott E. Wrestling, as well as Professor Chris of the NWA podcast, talking about this week in wrestling from Wrestle Dream all the way through SmackDown on Friday night. So join us live for there before we lead up to True Hill Heat 300 next Saturday. But for Jimmy Macram, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been AEWramble 168. You work for me now. We are signing off in
Moxie's face. These bums.